Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm John. This is Many a True Nerd. Welcome back to Mass Effect. Problem. How are we doing? We're in a bit of a situation here, which is it's being flagged to me that we're still potentially having some trouble, even though I've just massively reduced the bit rate that YouTube thinks we ought to be having. Hang on, let me just get a localized version of the stream right next to me here. Hang on, I also don't have the chat. Hang on. I really hope we're live, by the way. I don't actually know. I think we are. I'm moderately confident we are. Let's go over to this and see what's going on over in the chat. Do deedly do. Yeah, this is. You may have noticed there's just been two versions of this. Hello, hype. Good afternoon, Mass Effect 1, 2, 1. Oh God, what's happening? Are we even live? Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? Are we live? It looks like we're live. Okay, now, this should be, and if I'm right, we should have up to, let's look at the quality settings. Okay, up to 480p is available. Now, the system's flagging to me, we might have some issues. I'm going to go over to Mass Effect and we're going to see how it goes. Because, YouTube says you should need, YouTube says the amount of bitrate I need, I've got. And I'm giving it that bitrate, and it's saying that's bad. So we'll see. I'm going to go turn it over now. I'm going to go over here again. Hello, I'm over to whichever side of you I was last time. So now, actually, you know what? Just in case, I've prepared something. I've prepared a thing. So we've got that in case this goes completely wrong. So we've got that ready to go. And we'll see how that goes. But for now, instead, we'll move over to this. Alright? So we've got that. That's ready. And now we're going to see... We are not live, John. We are totally live. Shut up. Right, we're going to see if this actually works. I've no idea what's... I forgot to push the other button I need to push. That's why there's no sound. And now we do that. There we go. Now the sound. Now this is. I'm good at live. This is why I don't live stream very often. It's really complicated. Next to flipping normal YouTube, live streaming is so difficult. It's absolutely great. Switch. You know what? Someone just said switch to Twitch. I will potentially give Twitch a go. Potentially later today if we run into. I mean, I don't think the problem is YouTube. I think the problem is actually, I think the problem is truly it's my internet, which is Virgin Media and is likely being throttled slightly, but I should be able to run a 480p stream even while I'm being throttled. Hopefully. By the way, you missed a bit because I thought the stream would keep going. When I pressed stop, instead it cut it off immediately. It didn't account for the latency between me and the stream where you'd got to. So we did the bomb defusing, but the stream cut it off. So sorry about that. The bombs have been defused. We haven't done the final bit of the stream yet, though. But still, let's resume a bit, and we'll see how this goes. And then I robbed you of... No, I didn't. I didn't rob you of anything. Right, now we're just going to see. I'm just going to basically move around for a bit, and I'm going to see how this actually goes, because I've slightly, lowered everything, and we'll see what goes on here. Hopefully they shouldn't, YouTube, the problem is YouTube's warning me that it will be buffering. I don't think there should be buffering, because I'm giving it all the bitrate it's asking for. But right now I'm just going to literally run around in a circle and see what happens. I'm going to go over here to this bit of the level you don't go to very often, because it's literally completely pointless. There's nothing back here, is it? No, it's a bit of a secret area. But we're going to see, if there's any immediate sign of, buffering. Because I don't know why, because YouTube's warning me, oh, this is bad. In fact, literally, YouTube is flashing the word bad at me right now. There is a big red word bad, saying bad. You're doing a bad job. You're a bad thing. Oh, God. Someone just said immediate lags. Someone just said there was immediate lags. That's a bit of a problem. I'm going to see what happens and how bad it is. If it's really bad, we might actually jump ship to Twitch and see what's going on. Yeah, okay, the stream just caught up with me, by the way. I haven't missed the Citadel. Hello, buff. Looks like it's on Xbox. Yes, indeed, it is 480p. Though actually, the Xbox was quite capable of... I think the Xbox, was, the native version was in 720p. It just got upscaled to 1080. So I'm watching a smart tiny bit of buffering. No buffering for me, no buffer for me. Just starts and stops for 1 second. Okay, we'll give it a go. We'll give it a go and we'll see how it does. If the situation gets too bad, I will actually change it. But luckily we don't have to do any setup because like all like the audio settings should be the same as they were last time. So instead we can crack straight on. Bad. Few people saying bad. Oh dear. Few micro lags. We'll do the rest of Eden Prime just to see how it goes when I actually start doing some stuff, and then we'll make a call after that. Hurricane sniper rifle, nothing relevant. Well, actually, when I say nothing relevant to me. There's something relevant to me there. There's a flipping sniper rifle. Hello, you're over there, aren't you? Right, you. Can you just be... Caden is blocked. Why is Caden blocked? Also, why am I ever so slightly fading over that way? There you go. Oh. Powers in Mass Effect 1 were fun. They felt more meaty, I think, than in Mass Effect 2. Because, like, powers in Mass Effect 2 were blocked such a huge amount of the time by, like, hard countering shields. Like, you know, biotics just didn't flipping work so much of the time. Just because, and there you go. And that just killed him. That just killed him straight up. It was marvellous. One, there is no point me doing a sabotage. Instead, just straight up onto murder with this. And then, ouch. Something is, oh dear. Something is definitely behind me there. Wait, something's behind me. What's behind me? What just exploded? Why is there a, I don't know. There's nothing on the radar over that way. I think we've actually just killed all of them, sort of by accident. Marvellous. Diddly-diddly-dee. Now, there's loads of stuff around here, by the way. There's loads of crates, so even if we are out of everyone, and I will just do a med gel, because we can heal up the med gel later. We can try and top up med gel the moment we're back in the Normandy's med bay, which will be very, very soon indeed. Buffering lag, micro lags. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Which is unfortunate, and there is a easy decryption of it. Oh god, I'm not good at this minigame. This minigame is tough, and in and in and in and... Ooh! I'm getting better. Anti-personnel, high caliber barrel. High caliber barrel I think is good for sniper rifles, otherwise not very useful at all. Go down to the other side. It looks to me like it's actually working okay. For people who are asking why there's no 720, my internet is currently being throttled, so this is basically all we've got, at least for the moment. And in and forward and forward and... How is that a failure? What? Boo! How is that? Wait, I can begin manual override again? Really? Why am I just allowed to do that again? Oh, you can back out again. This minigame is way, way harder than anything they gave you on console. Oh, what? What? This is... I'm... Okay, I can solve this. I can solve this small, simple puzzle. Yeah, like that. Like that. Why did I get 3 goes at that? I feel like previously that locked me out after 1 failure. But I'm very, very bad at that puzzle. Also, the latency between me and the stream is very, very high at the moment. I just noticed it's like... feels like over 30 seconds, which is quite long latency. But never mind. I swear there was something around here. Is there nothing around here? I could have sworn there's a container or something. I don't know. There we go. Alright, fine. In that case, I'd say we move straight on to the... Oh, actually, before we do the thing, before you investigate the thing, come over here. There's a little kind of... Where is it? You have to be standing in a particular location for it, I think. But you can actually look... There you go. If you go and stand behind the beacon... My god, it's like someone dropped a bomb. Yeah, you get this like little thing where it's like the source where they call it the Geth ship. Obviously, we know it's sovereign. Kind of the landing pod gets completely like glassed, which is quite good. But there's no like indication that it's there. You just have to go behind the beacon to see it, which is interesting. Anyway, I think that's broadly everything. Let's enjoy a Prothean beacon.
Normandy, the beacon is secure.
This is amazing. Actual working Prothean technology. Unbelievable.
It wasn't doing anything like that when they dug it up.
Something must have activated it.
Roger, Normandy. Standing by.
Shepard!
No, don't touch her. It's too dangerous.
I always like this little moment for Shepard, because it feels like the only reason Shepard, like, you know, received the vision that made her the hero is because she was, you know, she sacrificed herself. She was willing to sacrifice her life for Caden, so, you know, and that's why she got the vision. It's like it's a real moment of heroism. But equally, if she hadn't pushed Caden out of the way, Caden would have had the vision, and Caden would have been the big damn hero, which is interesting. Meanwhile, on a cuttlefish...
We identified the ship that touched down on Eden Prime. The Normandy. A human alliance vessel. It was under the command of Captain Anderson. They managed to save the colony.
And the beacon.
One of the humans may have used it.
This human must be eliminated.
They confirmed later in the franchise, by the way, that the reason that matriarchs have very large breasts is because, yeah, older Asari, by older I mean like 1,000 years old, have the biggest breasts. I can't remember if that's in episode 2 or 3, but it's in the franchise somewhere.
I think she's waking up.
You had us worried there, Shepard. How are you feeling?
Dr. Chakwas is a great little supporting character. She like does almost nothing for the story, but just through like some really good voice work and some nice little script touches, she feels like she's got a lot of personality.
Minor throbbing. Nothing serious. How long was I out?
About 15 hours. Something happened down there with the beacon, I think.
It's my fault. I must have triggered some kind of security field when I approached it. You had to push me out of the way.
God damn it, Caden.
You had no way to know what would happen.
Actually, we don't even know
That was a
if that's
really
what
weird
set it
cutaway to Caden's face there.
Unfortunately,
To
we'll
say,
never get a
yeah,
chance
I
to
knew what
find
would
out.
happen. Screw you, Shepard, I
The
hate
beacon
you.
exploded. A system overload, maybe. The blast knocked you cold. Williams and I had to carry you back here to the ship.
Dear, oh dear.
I appreciate it.
Physically, you're fine. But I detected some unusual brain activity. Abnormal beta waves. I also noticed an increase in your rapid eye movement. Signs typically associated with intense dreaming.
And indeed a dream of, we don't quite know yet, a weird sort of... The dream's actually kind of odd, because the dream never really goes anywhere. The dream, by the looks of it, looks like, you know, there's some sort of, like, machine-flesh hybrid. But the like the explanation never really goes there. Like, eventually we just get told it's something to do with the Reapers, but the exact reason why the dream is so full of this kind of repeated symbolism of flesh and machine being melded never really goes anywhere, which is a bit of a shame.
I saw... I'm not sure what I saw. Death, destruction... Nothing's really clear.
I better add this to my report. It may... Oh. Captain Anderson.
How's our XO holding up, Doctor?
Well, all the readings look normal. I'd say the commander's going to be fine.
Glad to hear it. Shepard, I need to speak with you. In private.
Aye, aye, Captain. I'll be in the mess if you need me.
Sounds like that beacon hit you pretty hard, Commander. Are you sure you're okay?
Yep, that's absolutely fine. Now, what about Ashley Williams?
Did we leave Gunnery Chief Williams back on Eden Prime?
I figured we could use a soldier like her. She's been reassigned to the Normandy.
Boo!
I don't want her on my ship.
I'm the captain of this ship, Commander, and I want Williams on our crew.
I'll be captain of this ship in about 10 minutes, and unfortunately I don't get to get rid of her when I do.
You said you needed to see me in private, Captain?
I won't lie to you, Shepard. Things look bad. Nihilus is dead. The beacon was destroyed and Geth are invading. The Council's going to want answers.
That's a shame. So yeah, this is what I was saying earlier in part 1. Like, I really love the misdirection of it. Like, you would never call at the beginning of the game that anything's going to happen to the effect of, you know, Nihilus is going to die immediately by someone else who hadn't previously been introduced. The beacon's going to get destroyed after, you know, it was made a big deal of that it was an important MacGuffin that had to be got back to Citadel space. And none of those things actually happen. It's really beautiful misdirection.
I didn't do anything wrong, Captain. Hopefully the Council can see that.
I'll stand behind you and your report, Shepard. You're a damned hero in my books. That's not why I'm here. It's Saren, that other Turian. Saren's a Spectre, one of the best, a living legend. But if he's working with the Geth, it means he's gone rogue. A rogue Spectre's trouble. Saren's dangerous, and he hates humans.
He didn't come to Eden Prime because he hates humans.
You're right. Saren has allied himself with the Geth. I don't know how. I don't know why. But it had something to do with that beacon. You were there just before that beacon self-destructed. Did you see anything? Any clue that might tell us what Saren was after?
A lovely dream.
Just before I lost consciousness, I had some kind of vision.
A vision? A vision of what?
And a warning. Well, some form. Well, it wasn't really any of those things. It's basically people being put in a food blender would be how I'd describe it, with a bit of screaming in the background, which I guess you would get if you put people into a food blender. But a warning of what might happen if we don't put, like, you know, safety features on food blenders, I guess?
I saw synthetics. Geth, maybe. Slaughtering people. Butchering them.
We need to report this to the Council, Shepard.
And unfortunately, yep, nothing to report.
What are we gonna tell them? I had a bad dream?
We don't know what information was stored in that beacon. Lost Prothean technology? Blueprints for some ancient weapon of mass destruction? Whatever it was. Saren took it. But I know Saren. I know his reputation is politics. He believes humans are a blight on the galaxy. This attack was an act of war. He has the secrets from the beacon. He has an army of Geth at his command, and he won't stop until he's wiped humanity from the face of the galaxy.
And interestingly, we do, of course, knowing what you know about what happens later in the game, Anderson has really come to the wrong conclusion. Anderson has actually come to a fairly prejudiced conclusion, which is he worked to the assumption that just because Saren happens to hate humans and indeed has the Geth on his side, therefore Saren's only goal must be wiping out the humans. His goal is, of course, quite different to that and much, much bigger. But the kind of, Anderson comes to that conclusion because Anderson is himself. Like, Anderson's a really nice guy and obviously the voice work's fantastic. And he generally comes across as likeable, but kind of him and Renegade Shepard get on very well, which is neither of them are overtly unpleasant or evil or anything, but Renegade Shepard and Anderson in this game are both just slightly prejudiced under the surface in just quite a subtle way that you don't really realise until you step back and look at the whole of it.
I'll find some way to take him down.
It's not that easy. He's a Spectre. He can go anywhere, do almost anything. That's why we need the Council on our side.
Alright, let's do that then.
We prove Saren's gone rogue and the Council will revoke his Spectre status.
I'll contact the Ambassador and see if he can get us an audience with the Council. He'll want to see us as soon as we reach the Citadel. We should be getting close. Head up to the bridge and tell Joker to bring us into dock.
I always found that line a little bit odd, that there's no more efficient way on this, highly technologically advanced ship for Joker to be told to bring the ship into the dock, which presumably, if we're at the Citadel, he's already had orders to bring us into the Citadel, so does he really need to be told that? And even if he does, replace the Medigel there, marvellous, always remember to do that, and even if he does, would it really be... Oh, there's Caden. Hello, Caden. Even if he does, why would I go up and do it? Surely there's, radios or comms or something. Hello, Caden. I'm just going to quickly, skim through Caden's dialogue, so I want to speak to him every time that we speak to him. But I'm just basically going to paragon all the choices to him and tell him, diddly diddly dee, you've been around, I care about your history, I might well sleep with you later, I haven't decided yet. Dee diddly 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 dee. A coos. Yeah, basically we're just going over Shepard's backstory. It's fine.
The captain hopes...
Yep, skippity, skip. There we are. Basically, to romance people in this game, you need to have 5 conversations with them. One after each major event in the game. And that's actually pretty much it. That's how you romance people in this game. You just speak to them 5 times. But some of those conversations are really, really long. And I have I'm certain, I've put all of them in Mass Effect No Guns. Also, look at things as you go past them. Look at the things. Hang on. I saw a thing there. I saw a thing I could look at. There's a thing. There's no, I can't open the galaxy map. Just when you're passing by things, look out for things you can look at, because that's just free XP, and just technically it's filling up your codex, but just keep an eye out. There's more of them in Mass Effect 2, actually. There's loads of things you can click the first time you pass through the Normandy in Mass Effect 2. Also, I want to look at the seats here. I want to look at the seats very quickly, because in Mass Effect 2, Joker complains that the seats aren't comfortable, or they weren't comfortable on the original Normandy, but on the Normandy SR2 they are. That looks... Is that leather? Because he complains there wasn't leather on the original Normandy. I'm not sure what that is, but it looks kind of leathery to me. Hello, Joker. Let's go into the Citadel.
Commander. I was just about to bring us into the Citadel. See that taxpayer money at work.
And in we come, passing... Oh no, we hadn't even reached the Mass Effect really yet. I thought we were close to the Citadel than that. And there we are. One thing actually the game really doesn't bring attention to much, which that cutscene shows. When you leap from a Mass Effect relay or a mass relay, you have to arrive at a mass relay too. There needs to be like an arriving one, seems to be the implication. But I guess that maybe that isn't the case, because... Wait, where's the relay in the Omega 4 in Mass Effect 2? Ooh, I wonder if that's an error. That there's no actual relay at the back of
Look at the size
the
of
Omega
that
4
ship.
relay. So how'd you get back?
Ascension, flagship of the Citadel fleet.
Well, size isn't everything.
Why so touchy, Joker?
I'm just saying you need firepower too.
Look at that monster. Its main gun could rip through the barriers in any ship in the Alliance fleet.
Good thing it's on our side then.
Citadel Control, this is SSV Normandy, requesting permission to land.
Stand by for clearance, Normandy. Clearance granted. You may begin your approach. Transferring you to an Alliance operator.
Roger, Alliance Tower. Normandy out.
Normandy, this is Alliance
Lovely
Tower.
little touch
Please
of procedure
proceed
there.
on
That as you
14-2.
approach the Citadel, obviously you need to deal with Citadel, kind of the central command, and then once you've been cleared to approach by them, then obviously each of the races has their own embassy or whatever, and you can be passed over to one of their operators. Lovely touch. Someone puts so much thought put into the Normandy. It's beautiful, and it comes with its nice little docking thingy and Woxic McJib, and skip straight to the Citadel.
This is an outrage! The Council would step in if the Geth attacked a Turian colony?
The Turians don't found colonies on the borders of the Terminus systems, Ambassador.
Humanity was well aware of the risks when you went into the Traverse.
What about Saren? You can't just ignore a rogue Spectre. I demand action!
You don't get to make demands of the Council, Ambassador.
Citadel Security is investigating your charges against Saren. We will discuss the CSEC findings at the hearing, not before.
Captain Anderson, I see you brought half your crew with you.
Just the ground team from Eden Prime, in case you had any questions.
I have the mission reports. I assume they're accurate?
They are. Sounds like you convinced the Council to give us an audience.
They were not happy about it. Saren's their top agent. They don't like him being accused of treason.
Udin is a really interesting character to me, because like in a game like as big and complicated and story and character-led as this, you kind of assume, oh, Udina acts like an asshole, meaning at some point he'll get a big heroic moment to like, you know, live up to and prove he was actually a good guy all along, or, you know, maybe he was a bit of an arsehole, but maybe he had a point. There's never really that moment for Udina. Udina never kind of gets to that moment where everyone kind of says, oh, yeah, actually, he had a point after all. Also, good news, I'm seeing a whole lot of the word good and green being flashed at me by the screens that I used to monitor the stream. So I think my internet throttling has eased a little bit, and actually there should now be less buffering, which is magnificent as far as I can tell, and I'm seeing much less mention of buffering in the comments, so we should be good for a little bit from now, hopefully. So yes, indeed, Saren is dangerous.
Saren's a threat to every human colony out there. He needs to be stopped. The Council has to listen to us.
Settle down, Commander. You've already done more than enough to jeopardize your candidacy for the Spectres. The mission on Eden Prime was a chance to prove you could get the job done. Instead, Nihilus ended up dead and the beacon was destroyed.
That's Saren's fault, not hers.
Then we better hope the CSEC investigation turns up evidence to support our accusations. Otherwise, the Council might use this as an excuse to keep you out of the Spectres. Come with me, Captain. I want to go over a few things before the hearing. Shepard, you and the others can meet us at the Citadel Tower, top level. I'll make sure you have clearance to get in.
And that's why I hate politicians.
That's probably the one moment I actually liked anything that Ashley Williams says, but elsewhere in the Citadel she does actually say hard to tell the animals from the people or something, which makes me hate Ashley Williams. Blimey, Ashley Williams, dear oh dear. But yes, here we are in the Citadel. I will say, I think the one thing that Mass Effect, well, not just one, maybe two slightest, but every game did was, like, you know what the Citadel's supposed to look like. Let's just clang to the Codex, where's the primary aliens cancel races? Citadel! So the Citadel is big and confusing and stuff. So yeah, it's basically like this big cocoonish cone thing where there's like each of the wings that kind of goes in a big circle, but each of them's got their own gravity. So every single one of those little kind of paddles off the central ring is a flat space on which a big cityscape is built. And then the ring at the top also has its own gravity, and that's where we are at the moment, I think. And then there's the Citadel Tower, which is the spot in the middle, which is a massive tower that's got its own gravity. So none of it, like, there's no gravity in any direction. Every single one of these places, basically every plane on that shape has its own flipping gravity. But it's really hard to figure out where you are in the Citadel. Like, looking around, like, I don't have a sense of where I am. I mean, I guess maybe, actually, thinking about it, because the Citadel Tower is at the end, over there, I can't quite see it from where I am at the moment, therefore, like, as a result, like, maybe we are, like, on that bit just next to the tower, the bit that's sticking into the center of the circle, but I've, like, never been 100% sure where we are. Mass Effect 2 did a little bit of a better job establishing that, but even then it was quite difficult. So, yeah, one of those kind of odd things about this game. One of the things this game doesn't do perfectly, because this game is not perfect. It has its kind of mistakes. It's there are a few things. Like, the UI is terrible. Like, I played through this game twice before I figured out how to bloody install mods on my weapons, because it really, really sucks in that regard, which is a shame. But we may as well. I think actually there's no point doing anything other than skipping straight to the Citadel Tower, and I think you are allowed to use the rapid transport straight away for that. Am I allowed to? Yes, I can just skip straight to the Citadel Tower. Oh, I think that means I skip meeting Garrus at the... Oh, no, the game actually forces you to meet Garrus. Normally, I think you skip much further up ahead, but on this occasion, oh, Citadel Tower is beautiful. I love the kind of things. You don't really go here again. I think, you know, you briefly visit here in a cutscene in Mass Effect 2, but you don't really ever get to visit this location again in a subsequent game, which I always found a bit of a shame. Hello, Garrus, you're amazing.
Saren's hiding something. Give me more time. Stall them.
Stall the Council? Don't be ridiculous. Your investigation is over, Garrus.
Commander Shepard, Garrus Vakarian. I was the officer in charge of the C-Sec investigation into Saren.
And indeed, you don't like Saren.
Sounds like you really want to bring him down.
I don't trust him. Something about him rubs me the wrong way. But he's a Spectre. Everything he touches is classified. I can't find any hard evidence.
I think the Council's ready for us, Commander.
Good luck, Shepard.
I love Garrus. Garrus is the best. Garrus is my bro. Garrus BFF. Garrus romance. Garrus. Garrus romance. Oh, hashtag romance Garrus. Romance. Oh, romance. I mean, this is the one reason why you might theoretically want to play as male Shepard, because male Shepard lets you romance Tali. Because Tali's male Shepard only. Isn't she, I think. I don't really actually like... I mean, Garrus is amazing, but I don't really like romancing Garrus. And the reason I don't like romancing Garrus is because Garrus works so perfectly as, like, a best friend and stuff. So I don't kind of necessarily think he works particularly well as a romancy person. So I don't really like romancing him. Femship in general has, like, less good options, because I think it's all about Tali. Maybe I'll romance Liara in this game, because that's actually what I did the very first time. Yeah, this is the terminal you'd normally appear at, but the game forced you to appear more over there, just so you could meet Garrus for the first time. Oh, Garrus. Garrus, my bro. I love Garrus. Hello, onwards. Onwards to the exclamation point.
The hearing's already started. Come on.
They interestingly started the hearing before the key witnesses even bothered arriving, which always struck me as a little bit odd.
The Geth attack is a matter of some concern, but there is nothing to indicate Saren was involved in any way.
The investigation by Citadel Security turned up no evidence to support your charge of treason.
An eyewitness saw him kill Nihilus in cold blood.
We've read the Eden Prime reports, Ambassador. The testimony of one traumatized dock worker is hardly compelling proof.
I resent these accusations. Nihilus was a fellow Spectre and a friend.
That just let you catch him off guard.
Captain Anderson, you always seem to be involved when humanity makes false charges against me. And this must be your protege, Commander Shepard, the one who let the beacon get destroyed.
And indeed, I forgot to mention, by the way, if you sort of recognize Garrus's voice, even though you've never actually played Mass Effect before, the reason you may well recognize the voice is because he does a lot of voice work in Fallout 4. The guy who's at Glitch Quarry, he voices also someone inside the Railroad HQ, and he voices a couple of other NPCs dotted around the Wasteland as well. But yeah, he's all over Fallout 4, in fact.
You're the one who destroyed the beacon, then you tried to cover it up.
No, that was Kaidan. Kaidan destroyed the beacon.
Your own failures. Just like Captain Anderson. He's taught you well. But what can you expect from a human?
Take the high ground.
Saren despises humanity. That's why he attacked Eden Prime.
Your species needs to learn its place, Shepard. You're not ready to join the Council. You're not even ready to join the Spectres.
He has no right to say that. That's not his decision.
Shepard's admission into the Spectres is not the purpose of this meeting.
This meeting has no purpose. The humans are wasting your time, Counselor. And mine.
Dear, oh dear, not going well.
Saren's hiding behind his position as a Spectre. You need to open your eyes.
What we need is evidence. So far, we've seen nothing.
There is still one outstanding issue. Commander Shepard's vision. It may have been triggered by the beacon.
Are we allowing dreams into evidence now? How can I defend my innocence against this kind of testimony?
I agree. Our judgment must be based on facts and evidence, not wild imaginings and reckless speculation.
Do you have anything else to add, Commander Shepard?
No, what you've just said makes perfect truth. Makes perfect sense. It entirely makes sense that you would not allow a dream as evidence in a trial.
You've made your decision. I won't waste my breath.
The Council has found no evidence of any connection between Saren and the Geth. Ambassador, your petition to have him disbarred from the Spectres is denied.
I'm glad to see justice was served.
This meeting is adjourned.
And the slightly sad music plays.
It was a mistake bringing you into that hearing, Captain. You and Saren have too much history. It made the Council question our motives.
I know Saren. He's working with the Geth for one reason. To exterminate the entire human race. Every colony we have is at risk. Every world we control is in danger. Even Earth isn't safe.
You see, this is one of the things that made me think originally Udina would ultimately go on to redeem himself, because Udina's actually kind of right here. Anderson has made a snap judgment which is actually wrong. He's misjudged what Saren's doing because he's so obsessed with Saren's hatred of humanity.
We need to deal with Saren ourselves.
As a Spectre, he's virtually untouchable. We need to find some way to expose him.
What about Garrus, that CSEC investigator? We saw him arguing with the Executor.
That's right. He was asking for more time to finish his report. Seems like he was close to finding something on Saren.
Garrus, let's go
Any idea
speak
where
to
we can find him?
Garrus.
I have a contact in CSEC who can help us track Garrus down. His name is Harkin.
Forget it. They suspended Harkin last month, drinking on the job. I won't waste my time with that loser.
You won't have to. I don't want the Council using your past history with Saren as an excuse to ignore anything we turn up. Shepard will handle this.
Done.
I'll take care of it.
I need to take care of some business. Captain, meet me in my office later.
Harkin's probably getting drunk at Cora's Den. It's a dingy little club in the lower section of the wards.
Now, if you actually go there immediately, there's actually what I think is one of the harder fights in the game. Right at the beginning of the game, just outside Cora's Den, you get attacked by two assassins who, though they're just two blokes, especially on, like, Insanity, are really, really, really bloody tough. They can knacky very, very quickly. But if you actually do things in a particular order, you can skip them, though I might go and deal with them anyway. But yeah, there's also different needs. You can do things in different orders.
Maybe there's another way to find evidence against Saren.
You should talk to Barla Vaughn over in the financial district. Rumor has it he's an agent for the Shadow Broker.
The Shadow Broker?
An information dealer. Buys and sells secrets to the highest bidder. I've heard Barla Vaughn's one of the top representatives. He might know something about Saren, but his information won't come cheap.
Alright, seems like a good starting point to me.
I'll be over in...
Now, theoretically now, I can go and do a whole bunch of stuff. Like, I can very slowly go around. I can go and also investigate the Keepers. There's Chorban, who wants me to scan Keepers. But to be honest, that's probably the sort of thing which, you know, if I were making a video, I would entirely skip. So I will probably skip that here as well. But I'm just going to quickly skip through his dialogue. He's basically using his Omni tool to scan the Keepers, who are those little things next to him. Oh! I'm going. No, I don't want to go. I don't want to go. I didn't mean to go. Yes, following the Keepers. Diddly diddly dee. I may as well start the quest off. I'm just going to skip for this dialogue. There's little things next to him. He wants to scan them. I'm going to offer to do it for him. Though right now he refuses to tell me why. Because the Keepers are mysterious things that just kind of... They're just machines that keep the station going. that
Why are you being
predate
so
the
secret?
actual
Well,
anyone
technically we're
who's
not
currently
supposed to
alive
disturb
arriving at the
the
station. They were just always
I don't
here,
really
and they
think
just
myself.
work. It's
I'd
nice.
like to do it more openly. I can help you. I don't even
And
know who
skip
you
all
are.
of
Commander,
this.
any
Diddly diddly
active?
dee. There
I'll
you
even send a
go.
few credits
Marvelous.
your way
Got
for
it.
each.
I'm sure I understand
So
whatever
long.
you just said. I'm used to be able to know exactly what all these are. I mean, they give you a tiny bit of XP and a tiny bit of money every single one. But let's skip to Cora's Den, because the nice thing about the rapid transport system is it unlocks everything that you need. So because I was told I need to go to Cora's Den next, I can now go straight to Cora's Den through the rapid transport network. I'm not going to do all the sub-quests on the Citadel, because some of them aren't that interesting. And now, straight away, we're probably going to run into... Where are the assassins? Where are the assassins? Actually, no, I'm going to drop a save. These guys could really be... Those guys could be really, really nasty. Genuinely, they can. So just save the content. And then, well, actually, I bet we've got ourselves some... Yeah, we've got ourselves a level up there. And that gets us... Ooh, sniper rifles. Or I could get myself a shield boost right now. Or damping and advanced overload. Damping basically lets you stop people using particle tech abilities, which is not spectacular. Or the sabotage, which is okay. I can't force my way up to sabotage. I will unlock sniper rifles. Sure, sniper rifles are cool. So we'll get sniper rifles going, but we'll mainly be using pistols. And now just... Oh, wait, hang on. No, that's her. Wait, hang on. Before you attack me, I've also got more people. I always forget to flipping upgrade everyone else. Let's put 1 point in first aid, 1 point in throw. Everyone else gets 2 points level. You get 3, so you level up faster because you've got a greater number of skills. And then Ashley and combat armor, and she's now got shield boost, which is very, very useful. Now, through here, and then take cover. Now, focus on these guys one time. They genuinely are really surprisingly tough. No one's got warp yet. Warp's a really good way to get them down, because warp does guarantee damage through shields, which is nice. Right, throw that one to the ground, and then if we can... oh dear. I'm a bit exposed here, mind. Maybe marksman, and then for him, stop him using his gun by throwing a sabotage his way, and then just straight murder him. Okay, yeah, we're only on veteran right now, remember, we're not actually on anything higher than that, so those guys actually went down pretty easy. Plus a double sabotage meant they couldn't actually shoot me. And again, everyone's just assuming they're Saren's men, like Saren would just hire 2 guys to take me on, which if he did, means he's really, really underestimated me. So now we can go and have a chat. There's some nice dancing girls. I don't know if we want to focus on them. I'm on YouTube. I shouldn't really focus on them. But can you... Oh, yeah, you can actually just get yourself a lap dance from an Asari. Who are, yes, kind of human and sexual and so forth. They're definitely sexual. Let's just have a chat.
Back off, Rex. Fist told us to take you down if you showed up. What are you waiting for? I'm standing right here. This is Fist's only chance. If he's smart, he'll take it. He's not coming out, Rex. End of story. This story is just beginning. Out of my way, humans. I have no quarrel with you.
What was that all about?
Who knows? Let's just try not to get caught in the middle.
Oh, hello. Oh, sorry, I've had a bit of trouble. I think the stream's fine, but my particular version of the... Yep, there we are. Lovely. All absolutely fine. Sorry, my version of the stream that was next to me just died there for a second. I love Rex. In fact, I love all Krogan. Because, like, in this game, like, it's very easy when you're doing a sci-fi game to just say, you know what, humans should just be, or rather, sorry, the aliens should just be, like, humans. They should be, like, you know, the female aliens should just be sexy, sexy humans with boobs and curves and hips, and generally they should just be, you know, with some very, very minor touches, like having the, you know, the grooves on their head. They should pretty much universally, also, I'm not even sitting down, I'm just getting this lap dance for free, marvellous. You know, they should just be basically humans, but with some very, very small change. Wow. Is this guy getting? Is this getting a human? Oh wait, that's a human. Oh, you can choose. I never saw that before. You can actually choose what sort of lap dance you'd want. You can have a human lap dance, or you can have an Asari lap dance. Although if you go for the human lap dance, you get 2 humans. So surely the 2 humans, therefore that's better, because you'd always want 2 human lap dance rather than a 1 Asari lap dance. Or possibly, does that mean to apply a human's only worth? Yeah, like half an Asari. I mean, I'd probably go for the Asari just for the exhaust. You know what? Maybe I should stop talking about lap dancing. I love the Krogan because they're proper ugly. They're proper, like, there's no way that they can be any way seen as human or desirable or anything. Though, admittedly, I am sad that there was no romanceable Krogan in Mass Effect 3. That was a tragedy. Hello, Harkin.
Hey there, sweetheart. You looking for some fun? Because I gotta say, that soldier get-up looks real good on that body of yours. Why don't you sit your sweet little ass down beside old Harkin? Have a drink. We'll see where this goes.
Punch him in the face. No, you're disgusting.
I'd rather drink a cup of acid after chewing on a razor blade.
You trying to hurt my feelings? You gotta do better than that. After 20 years with C-Sec, I've been called every name in the book, princess.
Look, where's Garrus?
I'm looking for a C-Sec officer, a Turian named Garrus.
Garrus? You must be one of Captain Anderson's crew. Poor bastard, still trying to bring Saren down, eh? I know where Garrus is, but you gotta tell me something first. Did the captain let you in on his big secret?
I can't remember if you actually are allowed to know the captain's secret yet. I think if you ask after, like, what was the history between Anderson and Saren, he does actually tell you upstairs, or at least to some extent, which is basically, so just in case it's already come up, basically it boils down to the fact that Anderson was previously being considered for the Spectres himself, but he didn't blow it, he had it sabotaged by Saren, which is why he's potentially a little bit prejudiced against Saren and why he lets that cloud his judgment.
Is there something I should know about the captain?
The captain used to be a Spectre. Didn't know that.
That's not true. He was trying out to be a Spectre. I'm pretty sure that's not true. I think that's being misreported.
Screwed up his mission so bad they kicked him out. Of course, he blames Saren. Says the Turians set him up.
Dear oh dear. That's not why I'm here. It's fine. I like Anderson. Anderson's cool.
Just tell me where Garrus went.
Garrus was sniffing around Dr. Michelle's office. She runs the med clinic on the other side of the wards. Last I heard, he was going back there.
And that's all we need. Marvelous.
I'm out of here.
Yeah, good. Go. Let me drink in peace.
Now, can we actually speak to Septimus while we're here? Can we kick off that little sub-quest? No, we can't start his little sub-quest yet. And we also can't get a lap dance from this guy.
I got business here, but not with you.
Look, I will pay you 500 credits for a Krogan lap dance. There's an empty spot right there. Just you on the podium, me there. Let's have a good time, ugly. Right, on we go. Marvellous. Now, next up then. Well, we could go and deal with Dr. Michelle. Yeah, we could go and deal with that next. In fact, actually, I might well just pass by the shops, because I've got a little bit of money, so I might be able to, like, spend some of my money just kind of buying some better quality gear. Honestly, there probably won't be much, because there's not too much point, like, buying weapons for your crew. You'll find pretty decent weapons as you go along. Mainly, you just want to buy things like grenade upgrades, like the number of grenades you're allowed to carry and the number of metajo you're allowed to carry. Now, I believe Morland's famous shop actually has some of that. So I'm just going to quickly check out his stuff.
Oh, you will be pleased, I think.
Yes, I will be
Very
pleased,
good
I think.
things
Just
I
let
have.
me view the...
You'll see.
It always struck me as annoying that, like, he has multiple different things. You have to actually come out of the conversation and then re-enter it to see the different stuff. So, yeah, let's view the standard items. That's my view standard items face. And then we've got... There we are, Medigel Upgrade 1. That's what you want. You want to be buying a cheap Medigel upgrade. Here, then we'll sell the second one, but I can't afford it. I might be able to sell stuff to buy it. And then also license. Licenses mean the shop on your own ship gets to sell more stuff. What can I sell? The more expensive stuff's at the bottom. And I'm pretty sure you're not allowed to sell anything you're actually holding right now. So don't worry about selling stuff you happen to possess. I won't sell that. Ooh, the stuff I've got is really not very valuable. Radioactive rounds aren't actually that good, are they? 18% cooldown reduction. Yeah, they're not that good. High caliber barrel. I'll sell the hammer 1. I doubt I'm going to be able to get... I mean, I'm mainly just clearing out space. You can either sell this stuff or you can break it down for Omnigel. In fact, because it's worth so little, I won't bother. I'm actually selling in the rest of it. I'll just break it down for Omnigel, which is what you can use for, like, repairing the Mako, the little tank thing you drive around in when it comes to it, as well as a couple of other bits and pieces. So we'll just, yeah, we can kind of break that down. What's the breakdown button? There was a breakdown. Yeah, there we are. Omnigel. No. Wait, hang on. Confirm and exit. Where's the... Yeah, Omnigel. Break that down for Omnigel. There we are. It's on Y. I've forgotten all the controls. Yeah, the UI on Mass Effect 1 is more than a little bit flipping cluttered. Unfortunately, it really is cluttered. I'm only going to need one shotgun, if I even need one at all, in fact. So all of these are kind of useless, and... particularly useless. Marvellous. It is interesting that they send me, the candidate to be a Spectre, out into the world with pretty much literally the worst gear in the world. Like, there's basically no worse gear than what they've already given me, which is kind of interesting. And then all of this stuff is, again, like, it's not worth very much. I may as well just kind of break it down, really. So we may as well just kind of break all this stuff down. You've got an inventory carry capacity. I can't remember what it is. I think it's like 150 items total or something in this game. So, oh, Conrad Werner's there. My #1 fanboy. I like the guy. Also, when you change the gear that you're holding, it does actually change on your back. You can literally see what you're holding on your back, which I always loved. And they took it out of subsequent Mass Effect games, I think. Hello, Conrad Werner. I love you.
You're Commander Shepard, the hero of Eden Prime. I am so honored to meet you.
I'm so honored to meet you too, Conrad Werner.
Nice to meet you. And you are?
My name is Conrad Werner. They say you killed more than 100 Geth on Eden Prime.
Yep, that's pretty much it.
I spent most of my time trying to stay alive and help the colonists.
Hey, I know you're probably busy, but do you have time for a quick autograph?
Totally. For you, Conrad, anything.
Anything for a fan. Here.
Thanks. I really appreciate it. My wife is going to be so impressed. I'll let you get back to work. But next time you're on Earth, I'd love to buy you a drink. Thanks again.
Oh, Conrad Werner. He's amazing. He's in every game and he's utterly brilliant. You're also a shop, aren't
Hello,
you?
Earth
And
Clan.
let's just see what you've got.
No doubt you've just...
Diddly diddly dee, what have you got? And he's got... Oh, he has got... Oh, no, sorry, that was buy back. Wait, how can I buy back from you? I haven't sold you anything. That's interesting. He seems to share inventory with the guy downstairs. As you can see, like, you can buy some really, really good stuff early in the game if you've got the money for it, but it's very, very expensive, so you won't be able to buy any of this straight away. But it is nice that if you want to, like, you know, prioritize saving up all your money, you can buy really good stuff really early on in the game. He's also got the Medgel upgrade, which costs the same amount. He's got... That's another license, so I'll just kind of get that. I could theoretically buy that, but I really feel like... Actually, that's not that bad, really. But again, I don't think we really kind of need it. Back off out of that. I've got myself a couple of licenses and one Medgel upgrade, which is the important thing. And then through here... Oh, the Citadel. So we actually get our first little kind of proper view of the Citadel here. Proper view of the Citadel. In fact, actually, I'll save that for a second. There's actually a little cutscene around the corner here, purely to kind of show off the Citadel, where I'll kind of also... It kind of also shows of what I mean about the fact that it's kind of difficult to... Oh, Emily Wong, you're a journalist. Yes, sure, hello. Also, you're dressed a little bit indecently, aren't you?
Wong.
I mean, like,
I'm an
no one else seems
investigative
to be dressed like that unless
journalist
they're at a
working here on the
nightclub
Citadel.
or something.
Could
But
I
she's
have a
actually a
moment of your
journalist
time?
out on report, but apparently that's just how she dresses. I will totally have a moment of time for you.
What do you need?
I've been hunting for evidence of corruption and organized crime on the Citadel, but there are places I can't go. I was hoping you might share anything you find during your own investigation. I can make it worth your time.
Yep, absolutely.
Sounds
Emily
like a
Wong's
good
a good
cause.
egg.
If I find any information, it's yours.
Thank you, Commander. You won't regret it.
And then she kind of walks off to the left and disappears out of existence. Marvellous. But yes, we do indeed have, I believe it's right here, a scenic view and a little cutscene, which if you're Femme Shepherd is much funnier.
Big place.
That your professional opinion, sir?
And he is indeed right, it is a big place.
This isn't a station, it's a city.
There must be millions here. It can't be possible to track everyone coming and going.
This makes Jump Zero look like a porta-john, and it's the largest deep space station the Alliance has.
Jump Zero is big, but this is a whole nother scale. Look at the ward arms. How do they keep all that mass from flying apart?
The implication seems to be that Shepard's never actually been here before, and that generally humans haven't been here that much. But, like, it's kind of strange, therefore, they'd let Shepard kind of wander around and investigate on her own, rather than kind of assigning any form of local guide or help to her. But, yeah, indeed, we've got our work cut out to measure up.
The Council represents more races than I thought. No wonder they're careful with newcomers.
They probably just want to keep everything running. It has to be hard keeping all these cultures working together.
Or maybe they just don't like humans.
Gosh darn it, Ashley. That's enough, you. No, that's not enough, you two. That's enough, Ashley. Caden, you can just keep speaking with your sweet, sweet calf voice.
Why not? We've got oceans, beautiful women, this emotion called love. According to the old vids, we have everything they want.
When you put it that way, there's no reason they wouldn't like you. I mean, us. Humans, ma'am.
You don't take much shore leave, do you, LT?
It's quite alright.
Alright, laugh it up, Chief. I appreciate the thought, Alenka, but we're on duty here.
Aye, ma'am.
I'll walk drag, ma'am.
You don't have to. I think, you know, you look perfectly fine as a woman if you want to, whatever. But yeah, one of the things I will say I really, really do quite like about the Kaidan relationship is, like, unlike in many games where, like, you know, a relationship between two characters is characterized as being, like, some sort of... That's not just... Oh, is that Emily Wong there? Oh, I didn't... Wait, is it? Is that Emily Wong, or is that just a human woman with the same hairdo with the same dress with holes in it? Yes, it might be. Interesting. No, I think it's just by coincidence. There is just a kind of a clone of Emily Wong right there. Yeah, very often, like, relationships, like, in games, are kind of seen as these big, important, dramatic, world-spanning things. But, like, in Mass Effect, and sometimes, like, arguably that kind of shows up a little bit in Mass Effect, especially, like, in Mass Effect 3 with Liara. But, like, I would say, like, the nice thing about Shepard and... I can't block out the flare. The nice thing about Shepard and Kaidan is... it just sort of, like, is a thing. Like, they sort of like each other, but equally, you know, they're both professionals, and they can't necessarily just, you know, they can't just jump on each other and have sex, because, you know, commanding officer, diddly diddly dee, there's probably regs against fraternization or something in the future. But yeah, there just seems to be, like, you know what, they like each other. And thus, you know, in better times when there's nothing more important to do, they might go on a date. There's nothing, like, hugely epic worlds on it. It's very relatable and normal to me. I like it. Anyway, through the med-clinic door, and I think we trigger a cutscene the moment I press A. There it is.
I didn't tell anyone, I swear.
That was smart, Doc. Now, if Garrus comes around, you stay smart. Keep your mouth shut or we'll... Who are you?
Let her go.
Ah!
There we are. Garrus, you damn badass. That's a badass walking with a gun. They don't even dare shoot at him. They don't dare shoot at him. Now, you just take cover here. These guys right here will be all absolutely fine. I think we can just hit that guy with a throw to get him out of the way. There we go. I love throw. Throw is great. So he's now dead. And then we can just put a grenade over to that guy. Grenades are brilliant. I'd like to think he did just actually die from the fact that I actually just threw a grenade into him. You can replenish your Medigel right now if you want to, by the way. And just so you know, there is a thing right there that does a good amount of job. That kind of, that I think poisons one of them. Like, green means they're suffering from some sort of status condition. Don't know which one. There's a sabotage for him. Sabotage mysteriously does seem to do a little bit of actual physical health damage. And now he shouldn't be able to attack me. So we'll just kind of put an overload into him as well. That kind of stuns him. And down he goes, nice and easy. Those guys are, like, they can be tricky if you're trying to approach them from the front, but if you take it easy and just kind of very cautiously kind of move in around the side and take them out, they're really easy. Like, Mass Effect is, to my mind, like, it's a really good game for difficulty, because it's a game that's really difficult while you're learning it, but once you, like, master it, you can be, like, a real badass, and it's not too difficult. Why am I down on the floor? Don't be down on the floor. But kind of, yeah, once you've kind of mastered it, like, you can really ramp up the difficulty, because you can, like, dance circles around the enemies with your powers, which I do quite like. Anyway, hello, Garrus.
Perfect timing, Shepard. Gave me a clear shot at that bastard.
But of course, the Paragon thing to say is that was a bit of a risk.
What were you thinking? You could have hit the hostage.
There wasn't time to think. I just reacted. I didn't mean to... Dr. Michelle, are you hurt?
No, I'm okay. Thanks to you. All of you.
In all fairness, I'd say Garrus probably did the right thing, especially as he is a sniper. Like, you know, hitting targets precisely is kind of his thing.
I know those men threatened you, but if you tell us who they work for, we can protect you.
They work for Feast. They wanted to shut me up, keep me from telling Garrus about the Quarian.
And indeed, a Quarian?
What Quarian?
A few days ago, a Quarian came by my office. She'd been shot, but she wouldn't tell me who did it. I could tell she was scared, probably on the run. She asked me about the Shadow Broker. She wanted to trade information in exchange for a safe place to hide.
Carry on.
Then what?
I put her in contact with Fist. He's an agent for the Shadow Broker.
Not anymore. Now he works for Saren. And the Shadow Broker isn't too happy about it.
Fist betrayed the Shadow Broker? That's stupid even for him. Saren must have made him quite the offer.
That Quarian must have something Saren wants. Something worth crossing the Shadow Broker to get.
The Shadow Broker plot, by the way, doesn't really go many places in this game. It gets, like, the Shadow Broker himself gets fleshed out a little bit in the DLC of Mass Effect 2, but it is one of the kind of, like, some of the Citadel storylines about conspiracies and Fist and the Shadow Broker on the Citadel are probably the little subquests in Mass Effect 1 that go the least places and are kind of the most unsatisfying, because they don't really have proper conclusions to them.
She must have something that proves he's a traitor. Did the Quarian mention anything about Saren or the Geth?
She did. The information she was going to trade. She said it had something to do with the Geth.
She must be able to link Saren to the Geth. There is no way the Council can ignore this.
Well, we have to get to her first, Garrus.
Time we paid Fist a visit.
This is your show, Shepard. But I want to bring Saren down as much as you do. I'm coming with you.
Done.
Welcome aboard, Garrus.
You know, we aren't the only ones going after Fist. The Shadow Broker hired a Krogan bounty hunter named Rex to take him out.
Yeah, we saw him in the bar.
We might be able to make use of him.
A Krogan might come in handy.
Last I heard, he was at the CSEC Academy.
What's he doing there?
Fist accused him of making threats. We brought Rex in for a little talk. If you hurry, you can catch him at the Academy before he leaves.
Move out.
Alright, and now we get to make our first squad choices. I'm going to kick out Ashley, and obviously Garrus gets to come in. In general, in this game, you want as many powers as possible, for the most part, because powers are really, really strong once upgraded, especially biotics. But tech powers are quite useful too. Garrus, however, hits quite a lot harder than Kaidan, so to my mind, something like Kaidan and Garrus is a good, like, compromise. Arguably, you might want to go for something more like maybe Liara and Garrus, or if you're willing to be really flimsy, Liara and Tali. But I think like Liara and Garrus is a good team. But anyway, that's a decent squad, and we've got rid of Ashley. Marvellous. No more Ashley. Excellent. May as well, if I can, heal myself up and then immediately replenish the med gel, because you're allowed to do that, so you may as well kind of give yourself a full top up. And luckily, and something that's very easy to forget to do, Garrus is already matching your team's level, meaning you can immediately start kind of investing in him. He can have, he can get himself some assault rifles straight away, or he can go sniper rifles. Which way should I take him? Probably a good idea to have him, you know, he's well known for using sniper rifles. Let's get him some sniper rifles going on there. Marvellous. And sniper rifle. There you go. And, wait. Oh, no, sorry. He needs to be a high level before he's allowed to upgrade that any further. In which case, he could have his medium. Yeah, there's his medium armor unlocked. So right now he can only take light armor. He can have decryption. He can ultimately unlock damping. I forgot. Oh, no, he can have electronics. What unlocks electronics? He unlocks electronics by being good at first aid. That's interesting. Alright, fine, what have you. Yeah, let's get him some increased kind of damage reduction and get him up towards... Ooh, or do I want him to have decryption? Actually, I'll get him up to damping, because I wouldn't mind having at least access to some damping, because at some point we'll start running into biotics, so it's worth doing that. You've got another 2 points to spend. 1 into throw. We're getting very close. Lift is my favourite ability in the game. I love lift. And then we'll also put you... We'll get decryption going up, because I'd like to have electronics unlocked, because then you'll have a bit more shield. Yeah, electronics is one of the best skills in the game. Like, normally after I've unlocked electronics as an extra bonus skill I can assign to characters, I give it to everyone who doesn't have it themselves, because just the extra shielding's worth it on its own. And then 3 for you as well. And then 1 more for sniper rifles. 2 points to spend. Where to go? Decryption, which would unlock first aid. I don't need first aid. Kaidan can do the first aid for me. So instead, I will take... I can have damping myself. See, this is why I maybe don't want... I don't necessarily want Garrus, because I'm kind of pulling double duty with him, because he's effectively an infiltrator too, just like I am. So I may as well move myself up towards... Fitness is... Oh, immunity. Yeah, I forgot I get immunity. Yeah, let's do that. That seems like a decent starting point to me. Marvellous. And now I think... Can I skip straight to CSEC by virtue of the fact that I now know where it is because I've been told about it? No, I can't. I need to go there on foot. That's fine. Just skip out of that. And down we go. It's very close by. No, I don't need to read the sign. It's fine. Although, that reminds me. While I'm passing by, if I'm literally walking past Keeper, I will scan it for an extra 10 XP. Like, if you actually get all of them, it's a really, really, really big... dump of XP and money at the end of it. I think it's a massive XP dump, in fact. But yeah, I kind of, I think I don't remember where absolutely all of them are. There's something I can have just observed, some Kodaks and some more XP. There we go. You are, I think you're just a bit of extra flavor text. We don't need you. Run down this way. Yeah, for some reason, like normally in Mass Effect, when you learn about an area that's important for the plot, that's like the next step you want to go to, you can then like travel there automatically via the fast travel system, except not in the case of CSEC. Oh, is it because there's, no, it can't be because there's an elevator. That doesn't make sense. Oh, elevator conversation. We're going to have an elevator conversation now. Come on, guys. Guys.
Your biotics are impressive, Lieutenant. I'm surprised that humans stop using the L2 configuration with results like yours.
My headaches can be pretty bad, and I'm one of the lucky L2 implants. The L3s are safer.
Humanity will be judged by the sacrifices its people are willing to make, Lieutenant. The Turians would have kept the L2 implants.
There we go. I like a good elevator conversation. Basically, for those of you who don't know, when you have two companions with you, and you have to have two companions with you, you can never have less than that unless it's like a very special event. If you take them into an elevator in Mass Effect 1, they have a little conversation that is entirely unique to the two people having the conversation, and there's loads of them, so like there's loads of different variants of conversation. They kind of lampshade it later, because if you bring characters who were in Mass Effect 1 and make them go on an elevator ride together in Mass Effect 3, one of them specifically points out, does anyone want to have a conversation in the elevator? I enjoyed our elevator conversations. But Garrus is kind of a dick in the elevator conversations, because right now he's a little bit, just kind of like many characters in Mass Effect 1, he's kind of prejudiced in his own ways. He doesn't mean to be, but he kind of is. Anyway, here's Rex.
Witnesses saw you making threats in Fist's bar. Stay away from him.
I don't take orders from you.
This is your only warning, Rex.
You should warn Fist. I will kill him.
You want me to arrest you?
I want you to try.
Go on. Get out of here.
Do I know you, human?
And indeed, my name is... You will, one day.
My name's Shepard. I'm going after Fist. Thought you might want to come along.
Shepard. Commander Shepard. I've heard a lot about you. We're both warriors, Shepard. Out of respect, I'll give you a fair warning. I'm going to kill Fist.
Fist knows you're coming. We'll have a better chance if we all work together.
My people have a saying. Seek the enemy of your enemy, and you will find a friend.
Welcome aboard.
Glad to have you on the team, Rex.
Let's go. I hate to keep Fist waiting.
Now at this point you get to re-choose the team, and obviously you can bring Rex into the team. The thing is, Rex is not kidding. That isn't just like a bit of flavor text for Rex to sound like a badass. When he says, fair warning, I'll kill Fist, he means it. Like, if Rex is in your team, Fist will die. That just happens. So because, however, that means if Fist dies, he's not in Mass Effect 2, but there's a little bonus. He actually gets to show up in Mass Effect 2 if you actually do bring him along. I'm going to leave Rex out of my team. I don't know if that means there's any consequences if, like, Rex doesn't... I wonder if that affects your relationship with Rex. I genuinely don't know. Just in case, because having a good relationship with Rex is really important. I'm going to take Rex along anyway. Not as I was just saying that Garrus is not actually that important. Plus, Fist, like, he gets a really tiny little, like, he gets, like, one line of dialogue in Mass Effect 2. He's in Omega. You, like, run into him in the bar. But, like, it's not really that important. So I'll accept that squad. That's absolutely fine. And obviously that means we actually get to now upgrade, we get to upgrade Rex as well. Let's get him right up to shotguns, because, like, I think he's well known for using shotguns. So we'll get you up to shotguns, and then we can get... He can use medium armor right away and can unlock heavy armor pretty quickly, which is not a bad idea. You may notice that, like, Rex has a relatively small number of powers available to him. Like, if you kind of compare him to, even to, like to Commander Shepard, he doesn't have much available that's that useful. Like, and for Rex, stasis, like, stasis is literally only useful if you specialize in it and you're Commander Shepard. Generally, you don't want your NPCs to be using stasis. I will, however, give him 1 rank of Battle Master just for the sake of getting a tiny bit of regeneration going on. He's already got Warp and Barrier, which is perfect, and the rest I'll start kind of putting into Combat Armor to move him up towards Heavy Armor relatively quickly. So that all strikes me as fine. Now, you just make sure you're using the... No. Are you sure you're using the right... Yes, Rex is actually using a shotgun by default. Caden, you're on a pistol. I'm on my pistol as well. That is all 100% fine. I think we could probably move straight back over to the bar at this point. Again, we can use the fast travel system to speed this up a little bit. So, wards and chorus down. No assassins this time, but probably the toughest fight we've actually had so far as we now try and make our way into a gentleman's club in the wards. What a lovely euphemism that is. Right, I'm almost going to drop a save before we go inside, because I can't drop a save before we go inside. Oh well, hope we can do all this in one go in that case. And who have we? As you can see, there's quite a, look at the radar there at the bottom right. There's quite a bit of people dotted around here. So we'll just put a, this is the first time we've actually had warp, isn't it? Yeah, warp basically does guaranteed damage over time, though we feel like we don't need it. As you can see, like, this gun is pretty darn powerful. You may have noticed this gun's pretty damn good. Now we just want to very slowly kind of pick people off. If you've got biotics, they're really useful for this point. Throw will work, and I'll also put a sabotage over onto them. So that's, gotta love that. Gotta love that. And then can I hit him? The marker's suggesting I might be able to hit him. Yep, there we are. I was able to hit that guy. I think that other guy was killed by hitting that. There's another guy around here. One over here. Just gonna go very, very slowly. One rank of marksman. Why not? We'll get you down. Who else have we got right here? I may as well kind of start just kind of clearing him out a bit. One guy around the back. Oh, I've left myself really, really exposed. Really exposed. Way too exposed. Oh, that's a Krogan. Right, okay. Krogans are bad because Krogans come back to life after you kill them. Sabotage him and overload him, and then that'll make him weaker. So he goes down, you can see he immediately wakes up again, but you can keep shooting him while he's on the ground, so it's not so bad. But Krogans are real menacers in this game, because they can also do a rapid-fire charge thing, which is excellent. Okay, grenade for you, and boom. That is the upgraded grenade, and I see that there is, come on, I can see. There it is, good, we got I saw the explosive crate down there. And I think there's only one left. Yeah, it feels like a lot of them, but it's not so bad. And then he's going to go down, and we are done. Marvelous. Well, we're done for now. We did all that, just like that. There's now, ooh, workers. I think we can, warehouse workers. If we've got high, the real guards must be dead.
Stay back.
Dear oh dear. Yeah, if you've got Charmer 3, you can get rid of these guys, which is worth a lot of karma points.
This would be a good time to find somewhere else to work.
Yeah, right. That's a good idea.
Yeah, I never liked Fist anyway.
I never liked Fist anyway.
Quicker to just kill them.
Shooting people isn't always the answer.
Shooting people isn't always the answer. I love that line. This is the thing about investing in charm relatively early. It's a really good idea to invest in charm early, because if you invest in charm nice and early, then you get access to, well, you can do more positive things that are the blue options, and that means you get more paragon points, and it's a bit of a virtuous cycle. So if you want to ultimately get charm up to 10, it's worth taking like a few points of charm really early. And then, we've actually got the first option here, which is I can do the stupid minigame, or I can override using Omnigel, which I broke my weapons down to. I'll give it a go, because if I fail, I can just straight up give it another go with, there we are. Ooh, that's bad. Is that a striker too? Blimey hell, is that a second striker too? That's a hell of a lucky drop. And by the way, you just pick up stuff as you go along too. Occasionally you'll just find you've recovered something, which is interesting. I swear we just picked up a... Oh no, sorry, I was about to say a second thing. No, the amazing gun of amazing is the Stinger 2. The Stinger. But we can still... No, actually, we can't improve that at all. Can we give Rex a better shotgun, mind? Because he's using a shotgun. Yes, we can give him a way better shotgun, and we can almost certainly improve it as well. High caliber barrel. I don't want that because I don't want the reduced rate of fire and the reduced heat absorption. So I'll give him that, and he can also have 80% reduction, damage against humans. For the most part in this game, by the way, you want to be just basically moving between anti-personnel rounds when you're taking on humans versus the armor piercing when you're taking on Geth. That's pretty much all you need. Everything else is nice, but not spectacular. I'll give him hammerhead rounds, because then his shotgun's going to pack a hell of a lot of punch, which just amuses me quite a bit. So that seems fine to me. Also, I'm going to drop a save here, because I didn't drop a save before. And there's about to be a timed bit coming up, which I don't want to therefore get wrong. So next we've got to take out Fist's room himself. He's got himself some nice things there. Actually, I wonder, if I get a throw on him, does he not activate his turrets? Does he not? Oh no, the turrets are just activated anyway. I was about to say, it would be very, very cool if you could actually have the turrets not activated, if you can hit him with a throw to knock him down. And then just hit the turrets with everything you've got. Turret number 1 goes down very quickly. Now there's only another turret. Now you can kill him. In fact, he might already be dead. I think he might have just died. Oh no, there he is. There he is. You can just kill him. Actually, I wonder if he runs out of health. I'm trying to remember now. If he runs out of health, does that actually do anything? I can't remember. So again, we've got ourselves another double sabotage, and I'll keep my marksman. I don't need it yet. The sabotage does a bit of damage. When his turrets go down, he actually kind of immediately surrenders, even if he's not dead. Ooh, there's a nice wibbly thing around Caden there. And don't kill me. Yep, that's fine. But I say, Rex is going to do it anyway. He did warn him.
Where's the Quarian?
She's not here. I don't know where she is. That's the truth.
He's no use to you now. Let me kill him.
Wait. I don't know where the Quarian is, but I know where you can find her. The Quarian isn't here. Said she'd only deal with the Shadow Broker himself.
Face to face? Impossible. Even I was hired through an agent.
Nobody meets the Shadow Broker. Ever. Even I don't know his true identity. But she didn't know that. I told her I'd set a meeting up. But when she shows up, it'll be Saren's men waiting for her.
Tali goes on a beautiful journey in this game. She starts off as this little naive kid who doesn't know anything about the world, and by the end she's become, you know, a leader, an admiral, one of the most important people in her. She's wonderful. I love the journey Tali goes on, because she really starts from, unlike Shepard, you kind of feel was like, who was already set up for greatness before the game even began. Tali really goes from nothing to something. She goes on like the biggest journey, arguably.
Give me the location, now.
Here on the wards, the back alley by the markets. She's supposed to meet them right now. You can make it if you hurry.
And there's the murder.
Oh my god!
Slightly delayed reaction there, Carl.
Paid me to kill him. I don't leave jobs half done.
Fine.
We don't shoot unarmed prisoners.
How many people died because of him? He brought this on himself. Besides, we have more pressing concerns.
That Quarian is dead if we don't go now.
That's true, but the journalist told me to do a thing. So we've also got to quickly hack a safe. Hang on, where's the right place? The right place is over here somewhere. Oh, no, it's... Oh, wait, hang on. Oh, flip, the controls are a bit fiddly. Darn, never mind. I'm so bad at this. Anti-personnel and heatsink too. That's actually quite good. Next, get the thing the journalist wants. There we are. We've got the thing the journalist wants. I think that's everything we need. The time is actually ticking down right now, isn't it? It's not actually that tight, but on like insanity especially, this is very hard to do. The bar's become mysteriously repopulated, just so you know. So now we've got to solve that problem again, but now we're on a time limit. And oh, hello. No. Oh, everyone's just charging into me today. This actually works to my advantage because I've actually got the shield to outlast them. He probably won't be able to take another warp, to be honest. So a warp should do quite well on him. That should probably finish him off. One person's coming over here. And who have we got left? One thug. I'm not going to use throw because I want to save my throw in case there's a Krogan, which I suspect there will be. There's still 2 more around the corner. What have we got? One thug and... Oh no, I thought there was another Krogan yet. Maybe there's not. One overload. Overload gets rid of the shield, but it also makes them more vulnerable to other attacks. Or is that sabotage? I think it is. Well, that's just a basic thug, so... Alright, we'll do a throw. Throw will be off cooldown before... Oh! The physics in this game is really good, by the way. Like, the impact of someone being slammed into something does a ton of damage. It often does way more damage than any gun does. There's a fire containment system there I could have shot as well, but I didn't. So actually, as it turns out, having started with 4 minutes, I now have like 3 minutes spare. I could go and see, you know, the journalist Booby McGee. I could go and see her before actually bothering to go and deal with Tali. But luckily, we have plenty of time here. There's one more fight to go, but the next one now, we're no longer on a time limit. And I believe Tali, there's no way for her to die in this section. So we are fine. Through here. Hello, assassin. Oh, interestingly... I think you can. Oh, no, you're not allowed to fire. Can I throw a grenade in, though? No, I can't do anything to attack the assassin. My guns are all disabled at the minute.
Did you bring it?
Where's the Shadow Broker? Where's Fist?
They'll be here. Where's the evidence?
No way.
Oh,
The
someone
deal's
just
off.
commented, I will destroy you in the comments. I love that phrase. She's not so innocent, mind. She knows how to use a flipping grenade when it comes to it, so we've got... Oh, are they all assassins? I didn't realise they were all marked as assassins. Oh, well, never mind. Right, one throw, and then that will get you out of the way. One of you. You see, throw is just so useful just because for keeping them on the ground. I think we just basically won there. Marvellous. There's only... Yeah, one left at this point. I've been hit by something. I think I've been... Oh, I've been hit by an overload. That's the wibbly effect around me and why I've suddenly got no shield. Which is actually a bit of a problem, because I currently don't have shield boost. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to basically hit him with every single power simultaneously. We're just going to hit him with every power. I love doing a three-way power attack. Oh, no, 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 no. Medic, medic, medic. There we go. Good.
Just set me up. I knew I couldn't trust him.
That was lucky. Very close to dying there.
Were you hurt in the fight?
I know how to look after myself. Not that I don't appreciate the help. Who are you?
And I am just... I'll say I'm a friend.
My name's Shepard. I'm looking for evidence to prove Saren's a traitor.
Then I have a chance to repay you for saving my life. But not here. We need to go somewhere safe.
The ambassador's office. It's safe there. He'll want to see this anyway.
And teleport back to the office.
You're not making my life easy, Shepard. Firefights in the wards, an all-out assault on Korra's den. Do you know how many... Who's this? The Quarian? What are you up to, Shepard?
Making your day, Ambassador. She has information linking Saren to the Geth.
Really? Maybe you better start at the beginning, Miss...
My name is Tali. Tali Zora Naraya.
We don't see many Quarians here. Why did you leave the flotilla?
I was on my pilgrimage. My rite of passage into adulthood.
Tell us what you found.
During my travels, I began hearing reports of Geth. Since they drove my people into exile, the Geth have never ventured beyond the Veil. I was curious. I tracked a patrol of Geth to an uncharted world. I waited for one to become separated from its unit. Then I disabled it and removed its memory core.
I thought the Geth fried their memory cores when they died. Some kind of defense mechanism.
How did you manage to preserve the memory core?
My people created the Geth. If you're quick, careful, and lucky, small caches of data can sometimes be saved. Most of the core was wiped clean, but I salvaged something from its audio banks.
Eden Prime was a major victory. The beacon has brought us one step closer to finding the conduit.
That's Saren's voice. This proves he was involved in the attack.
This is a really weird message, by the way, because like the implication seems to be, well, the statement is that a Geth just had that on his memory banks, that at some point Saren just said, in front of a Geth, Eden Prime was a major victory, you know, we brought us one step closer to the conduit, and then in a moment there'll be a bit more as well. It's like, why exactly did Saren say that? Was he just wandering around in his evil villain lair talking about his evil plans and how evil I am? I'm so glad I stamped on that puppy 10 minutes ago. He went squish.
Saren won't get out of this one.
Wait, there's more. Saren wasn't working alone.
Eden Prime was a major victory. The beacon has brought us one step closer to finding the conduit.
And one step closer to the return of the Reapers.
I don't recognize that other voice, the one talking about Reapers.
I feel like I've heard that name before.
According to the memory core, the Reapers were a hyper-advanced machine race that existed 50,000 years ago. The Reapers hunted the Protheans to total extinction, and then they vanished. At least, that's what the Geth believe.
Sounds a little far-fetched.
She's right, it's not far. In all fairness, like, I can't say she's right. Like, the true thing to say is it's not far-fetched, but again, this is the problem with the morality system in Mass Effect. I'm just going to say she's right, because that might get me an extra point of Paragon.
The vision on Eden Prime. I understand it now. I saw the Protheans being wiped out by the Reapers.
The Geth revere the Reapers as gods, the pinnacle of non-organic life, and they believe Saren knows how to bring the Reapers back.
The Council is just going to love this.
The Reapers are a threat to every species in Citadel space. We have to tell them.
No matter what they think about the rest of this, those audio files prove Saren's a traitor.
The Captain's right. We need to present this to the Council right away.
What about her? The Quarian?
My name is Tali. You saw me in the alley, Commander. You know what I can do. Let me come with you.
Yep, absolutely. I love you, Tali.
I'll take all the help I can get.
Thanks. You won't regret this.
Anderson and I will go ahead to get things ready with the Council. Take a few minutes to collect yourself, then meet us in the tower.
Ooh, now this becomes a bit interesting. I want to keep Caden because I do actually genuinely think he has a good combination of powers. Tali has a really good combination of powers too, but that leaves me really shy on biotics. But having a high amount of tech powers is not the worst thing in the world when I'm going to be going up against largely Geth for a little while at least. So yeah, having primarily tech strength is not the worst thing in the world. Though I would like a little bit more, but the only other person who can give me biotics right now is Rex. And Rex says I just don't think he's got like particularly good biotics available to him. So I'll take this for now. I think that works for the minute at least. So there we are. Once more we've got a bit of XP and diddly diddly dee. And we can upgrade Tali straight away. Oh, and I think we must have leveled up by doing that too. I'll take... Got my first assassination. Assassination basically, yeah, your next sniper shot is not just more powerful, but also the barrel is still, the sight doesn't sway all over the bloody shop, which is quite useful. I will take a rank of damping. Yeah, it's useful to have like just the level 1 of every ability if you can. It's not a bad thing at all. Aha! 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 Lift! Lift is my brilliant. Lift is fantastic. I love lift. Because lift is basically, well, throw is basically force push. Lift is basically takes them and lifts them up into the air. But they'll take damage if they fall back down. It just makes enemies really, really, really easy to pick off. Just, Caden has a great selection of skills available to him. Marksman and shotguns. The problem with Tali is she's really flimsy. She has no way of unlocking anything other than, like, really flimsy armor. So it's probably a good idea for me to give her... Yeah, for me to give her Advanced Overload, 1 rank of Damping just so she's got it. Hacking. Hacking is a good thing to move her towards too. Sabotage. Yeah, I'll give her Advanced Sabotage. And then, you know what, I'll give her Hacking. Screw it. I'll just skip her weapon skills entirely. I'll just focus on her as a tech specialist for now. Air hacking is very, very good fun. And then I believe the advanced hacking is just, yeah, it's just more advanced robotic enemies. So, like, now I can basically take a Geth and turn him to my side, which is very, very welcome indeed. Also, yeah, her Quarian Machinist is excellent, just because for additional shield capacity. Like, she starts off really flimsy, and the armor she wears is terrible, but because she can have so many ranks of electronics and, like, 30 extra points of shielding for every single kind of rank of Quarian Machinist, she ends up, like, being quite tanky, which you don't really expect when you first see her. Whole bunch of stuff there. Ooh, armor. The first aid interface. That's quite good. In fact, I should actually look in actually improving my armor. So can I do anything? Plus 1.5. Oh yeah, I'll give myself the regeneration a second. That's definitely worth doing. And then other than that, what's that? That's worse than what I've already got. And Tali, I need to give you... I'm going to give her... She's already got a Storm 1. That's absolutely fine. Okay, good. In that case, we can move straight on round. Though I believe there's a little sub-quest through here. This guy. Here we are, Zeltan. You want me to go and have... Yeah, this is... I love these guys. These guys are brilliant. Again, we never saw them in fight, which is a shame.
Hello there, human. Sincere apology, but I am here on business and cannot be distracted right now.
And what is wrong? Go on, tell me the story.
You seem distressed. Is there something I can do to help?
Alarmed response. You overheard that, did you? This is all going so wrong, and it is the Asari consort's fault. She's the one who started all this.
These guys are Elcor, by the way. I love them. Their thing is, because they don't, like, they can speak, but they can't really do intonation. They've just got used to whenever they're speaking to other people outside of their own race, they actually preface everything they say by just actually saying what the tone it's supposed to be understood in is, which is beautiful.
What did this Asari do to get you so upset?
I cannot speak more about this problem. It is too sensitive. Suffice it to say, she has compromised my authority as a diplomat.
Good luck with your problem.
Thanks to you, human. Good day.
Yes, I think actually I need to go and speak to the Asari consort first. That's what actually kicks off that quest, not actually speaking to him now. That's a shame. This door doesn't go anywhere. That's a fake door. Diddly-dee. Right, through we go. And then romance Zeltan. I like Zeltan. Ooh, you, Samish Bhatia. Samish Bhatia. Yes, you.
Commander Shepard, my name is Samish Bhatia. Forgive the intrusion, but I have nowhere else to turn.
There we go. I'm happy to help literally any NPC with a golden exclamation mark over his head.
It's no trouble. What can I do for you?
My wife was a Marine. She was in the 212 on Eden Prime.
You know what? We'll skip this. All he's basically going to say is his wife was killed on Eden Prime and he wants the body back, but it's being held. Diddly diddly dee. Yep, let's move on. I'll put it right and we can go straight up and take care of this. The guy in question is up here. Yeah, when it's kind of unimportant dialogue like that, he's basically just saying, my wife was a Marine, she died, they won't give the body back, but they won't say exactly why. Well, let's go and speak to the bloke holding the body and figure that out then, because the quest is like literally right here. And there's also, this room has nothing in it aside from just a couple of things I can click on. There we are. Diplomatic archive, some codex and XP, one keeper at the end. Just keep on scanning those keepers. You may notice that actually that keeper was worth more than previous ones. I think they get progressively more valuable in terms of XP and everything else too, which is very, very nice indeed. One in here as well. Hello, Executor Palin. Oh, I like this guy. He's funny because he doesn't understand idioms.
Commander Shepard, I didn't expect to see you here. Did Ambassador Udina send you?
I came on my own. I need information.
You humans are always so curious, always sticking your fingers into someone else's pie. Is that the right expression?
I like that line.
Never mind, forget I asked. Was there something you needed, Commander?
No, I'm good, thanks.
Now.
Goodbye.
I just wanted you to accuse me of sticking my finger into someone else's pie, because that sounds like a euphemism for something very, very smutty indeed. And also because there's a computer here, which I'll try and hack, and probably fail, because I'm apparently terrible at this little oh no, I can't even get in that way. Wait, what? What just... I'm so bad at that minigame. I just need to keep breaking down my weapons to have enough, to just have enough Omnigel to keep cracking everything open, because apparently I can't handle the decryption minigame anymore. On console, in case you've never seen it, it was a simple Simon Says button matching minigame. It was so easy. Now it actually requires some level of being good at something, and I'm terrible at that. That's just given me a little sub-quest that I can do out in the world, by the way. So once I actually get my own ship and head out, which will be very, very soon indeed, that's just a sub-quest I can go and look at. I think that one's not that interesting, but I like having everything in my quest log anyway. And then we've got... Nasana, I think we can start a quest with you as well. Nope, you are not ready to start your quest yet. Bartender, you don't have anything for me. There is indeed one keeper at the back here. Keep that beautiful XP and money coming in. Maybe it's a function of level. I'm actually not sure what determines it. And yes, here we are. You, Bosca.
My goodness, you're Commander Shepard. Your activities made for quite a briefing in the Diplomatic Corps. Is there something I can do to assist you?
Yes. Stop stealing corpses!
You can cut the red tape for a grieving husband. I want you to release the body of Nerali Bhatia.
Commander, nothing would make me happier. I'm afraid, though, that it's not quite that simple. Serviceman Nerali Bhatia died on Eden Prime, as Mr. Bhatia no doubt told you. Her wounds are inconsistent with any type of weapon damage we've seen before. That is why her body is being held.
You think that her body might be dangerous or contaminated?
No, Commander. Nerali Bhatia is not dangerous. Her body is in fact extremely valuable to the Alliance. The tests we're conducting may lead to better defenses against Geth attacks. Respectfully, Serviceman Bhatia may save more lives in death than she did in life.
She was a particularly bad soldier, in fact. And indeed, when I actually first played this game, I always used the option, the charm option, to say this isn't right, to get him to release the body. But like, having actually seen what goes on in the subsequent games and how bad the war gets, actually I now always side with him against Samesh, and I say, actually, I see his point, and I go and persuade Samesh instead.
I'll tell Mr. Bhatia about this. It might make it easier for him to understand.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Please let me know if you have
You know, you could have just told him in the first place why the wife's body was being held. It seems odd they didn't actually bother to, you know... Oh, no, that's the wrong office. It seems odd they didn't actually bother to, you know, just say that. They could have just said that. It would have been fine and easy. You didn't need to bother hiding the truth from him. Just tell him and he'd have been fine with it. Hello, Samesh. Let's go and see. I hope I can charm you, by the way. If I can charm the other guy, I hope I can charm you.
Has any
progress there is indeed a problem.
It's not as simple as I'd hoped. The military needs your wife's body for important tests.
Tests? They're holding my wife's body for tests? My wife served the Alliance faithfully. She gave her life for humanity. and this is how they repay her.
Yeah, but it's important. And that's apparently enough to persuade him.
Your wife died defending humanity. We still need her help.
What right does the military have to hold her body? She's already given her life.
She died a hero, Mr. Bhatia. And now she has a chance to save even more lives.
It doesn't matter. She's dead. I just want her to come home. I miss her so much. Let them run their tests. Let my wife save lives so that others are spared the loss I feel today. Goodbye. Thank you for finding me answers.
And there we are. Nice little quest there. Lots of Paragon, lots of XP, everything all good. Now, let's see. Can I skip over to... Actually, you know what? It's just over the water. I may as well go there on foot. I think now I can go and see the Asari consort to kick off her little sub-quest as well. Because, like, if there's, like, really quick, easy quests, I may as well do them. Which one's this, by the way? Oh, that's a lift that kind of leads to a route that just kind of links together. I think I've just gone the wrong... Yeah, I've just gone the wrong way to go over to the thing. Well done, me. This isn't actually the way that leads over to the Asari consort at all. No, but I should probably actually go and, you know, go and speak to the council about the world-ending, well, sorry, galaxy-ending super machines. Like, I probably should have done that first in many, many ways. And then we've got... Actually, I think there's another little sub-quest around here. There's the Hanar Preacher round here. Yep, there we are. So we've got this little preacher here. Hello, little preaching Hanar.
That Hanar refuses to listen to reason. Why can't it act in an orderly and lawful manner?
Be more open-minded. I don't really want to say that. I don't really want to say, hey, he can, you know, preach. I don't know what he's preaching. Sometimes preaching can be really, really bad and awful and probably shouldn't be allowed to happen in, you know, diplomatic areas right outside the main government or whatever. Sometimes preaching can be horrible, horrible things.
Are there laws being broken here?
I am not unreasonable. The Hanar is free to spew its nonsense once it purchases an evangelical permit.
If you'd like, I could talk to the Hanar for you.
I have argued with the stubborn jelly all afternoon. You are certainly welcome to try.
Oh, you shouldn't use the word jelly. That's probably racist against jellyfish.
Do you desire to learn of the Enkindlers? Or has the Honorable CSEC officer enlisted assistance?
This isn't the way.
Is this really how you want to represent the Enkindlers?
The truth of the Enkindlers must be made known. They gave the Hanar language, and gave the universe the mass relays. This one only wishes to spread the truth to any who will listen. There is no intent to cause trouble.
I believe when he says Enkindlers, he's referring to what everyone else calls the Protheans. But the thing is, the Protheans didn't actually give the universe the mass relays. The mass relays are much, much, much older, as we will in fact come to later. Is it in this game or is it a subsequent one? Well, it kind of comes up a little bit in this game. Yeah, it's kind of explained a little bit at the end of this game, so I won't discuss it further now. But for now, at least, he's wrong.
Is this how the Enkindlers would want you to use this gift of consciousness?
The Enkindlers would wish for their message to be spread to all sentient races.
And I don't think they'd want this.
The Enkindlers wouldn't wish their message to be spread by breaking society's laws.
This one hears wisdom. Perhaps enthusiasm has clouded judgment in this matter. This one departs now, and will not intrude upon the Presidium again.
There we are, nice and easy. That's another Paragon +8. Do you give me a reward for that?
I see the Hanar is left. Thank you.
Happy to help.
Here, for your assistance in this matter. Now, if you'll excuse me, I should report to my superiors.
And out of existence he pops forever. Ah, he even gave me some Omnigel. Excellent. I don't know what Omnigel looks like. We never see it in the game, so like I'm not sure if it's like supposed to look a particular way or something. It's kind of interesting. Yes, here we go. Oh, the nice little Mass Effect relay statue up there. That's a bit important later. We've got all these people. Is there another little sub-quest somewhere around here? Maybe in somewhere nearby. Anyway, we've kind of come close enough to actually run through this area on foot. There we go. Another one scanned. That's a little kind of virtual reality thing. And yeah, actually, you know, while I'm here, we've kind of got this. Yeah, I still don't know exactly where I am. Like, there's the Citadel way. Hang on. Citadel Tower elevator is that the Citadel Tower? The Citadel Tower is really, really, really tall, but I feel like perspective means I should see a tower going taller than that if that was the Citadel tower. Unless that lift that's over here is in fact taking me like in a different direction to where I think it's going to, but... I mean, I feel like from the look of that, that's supposed to be the Citadel tower, because there's an elevator that goes up there, but that feels like that isn't going... Never mind, I'm sure it's fine, it must be a trick of perspective. Let's head back up to the Citadel, shall we? No, not the Citadel, we're in the Citadel, the tower. Ooh, new conversation, lift conversation, lift conversation. Come on, guys, come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Talk about something. Guys. Why are you not discussing things?
There's no way the council can ignore us this time. Saren's days as a Spectre are done.
If the evidence is worth trying to kill me for, I hope it is sufficient to motivate the council.
Well, that there had basically nothing. That wasn't, sadly, that was a fixed conversation because we're going up to the Citadel. So that wasn't one of their normal conversations. That's a shame. I mean, the lifts are effectively just loading zones. They're just fancy loading zones. But they're loading zones which are actually full of really fun dialogue. It's a really clever way of making loading zones fun. And forward we go. No Garrus here this time, however. Though while I'm swinging by, I may as well kind of get to the various keepers. I mean, I always miss a few of them. I never get all of them, because some of them are kind of tucked away in little corridors you have no reason to go to normally. But, like, you know, you may as well go swinging around. I always find it quite funny when just scanning a keeper is what pushes me over into a new level. Not like, you know, destroying the Geth or anything. It's just, like, you know, scanned a keeper. Scanned a keeper, now I've suddenly got new skill points to assign. Marvellous. There's one around here somewhere. Is he at the end? I swear there was one around this. And maybe there's one around the other side. There's actually not one here. Oh, Rear Admiral Kahoku. Marvellous. Never understood that. I've never actually looked into, in great detail, how military organisations work. But what is a Rear Admiral? Other than, like, basically a title that it seems to exist to introduce really, really smutty, funny jokes. Because Rear Admiral... Well, what does that mean? I mean, in space... Well, I mean, I guess, like, I understand, like, if there was a fleet of ships, you might have someone who specialised in having the ship at the back. You know, the ship that's guarding the rear. But in space, when warfare is three-dimensional, where do you put the Rear Admiral? If you're in a navy, and particularly a space navy, let me know.
Commander? Commander?
Oh, no, he doesn't even do anything yet. I forgot. I think you actually can speak to him immediately after the court hearing, but not just this second.
Come on. Udina's presenting the Quarian's evidence to the Council.
Eden Prime was a major victory. The beacon has brought us one step closer to finding the conduit.
And one step closer to the return of the Reapers.
You wanted proof? There it is.
This evidence is irrefutable, Ambassador. Saren will be stripped of his Spectre status, and all efforts will be made to bring him in to answer for his crimes.
I recognize the other voice, the one speaking with Saren. Matriarch Benezia.
And indeed, who is that then? Another traitor. Blimey, Shepard. Bloody hell, don't go full on McCarthy with us here.
She must be working with the Geth, too. Matriarch Benezia is a powerful biotic, and she had many followers. She will make a formidable ally for Saren.
I'm more interested in the Reapers. What do you know about them?
Only what was extracted from the Geth's memory core. The Reapers were an ancient race of machines that wiped out the Protheans. Then they vanished.
Okay, but the Geth revere them. Yeah, Saren's bringing them back. That's all we actually really know. Well, he's trying to.
The Geth believe the Reapers are gods, and Saren is the prophet for their return.
We think the conduit is the key to bringing them back. Saren's searching for it. That's why he attacked Eden Prime.
Do we even know what this conduit is?
No bloody clue.
Saren thinks it can bring back the Reapers. That's bad enough.
Listen to what you're saying. Saren wants to bring back the machines that wiped out all life in the galaxy? Impossible. It has to be. Where did the Reapers go? Why did they vanish? How come we found no trace of their existence? If they were real, we'd have found something.
Well, I don't bloody know. They're probably real.
I tried to warn you about Saren and you refused to face the truth. Don't make the same mistake again. This is different. You proved Saren betrayed the Council. We all agree he's using the Geth to search for the conduit, but we don't really know why.
The Reapers are obviously just a myth, Commander. A convenient lie to cover Saren's true purpose. A legend he is using to bend the Geth to his will.
And indeed, well, I kind of seen them. I kind of haven't, but I kind of have.
50,000 years ago, the Reapers wiped out all galactic civilization. If Saren finds the conduit, it will happen again.
Saren is a rogue agent on the run for his life. He no longer has the rights or resources of a Spectre. The Council has stripped him of his position.
That is not good enough. You know he's hiding somewhere in the Traverse. Send your fleet in!
A fleet cannot track down one man.
A Citadel fleet could secure the entire region, keep the Geth from attacking any more of our colonies.
Or it could trigger a war with the Terminus systems. We won't be dragged into a galactic confrontation over a few dozen human colonies.
Send me! Send me! Send me! I'll go!
I can take Saren down. The commander's right. There is a way to stop Saren that doesn't require fleets or armies.
No! It's too soon. Humanity is not ready for the responsibilities that come with joining the Spectres.
Ah, yes, humans. We have dismissed that species.
I faced Saren on Eden Prime and exposed him for a traitor. I've proven myself.
Oop, the upgrade humanity button.
Commander Shepard, step forward.
Someone just asked, could you not just send the other Spectres? Yes, that would be a very clever thing to do.
It is the decision of the Council that you be granted all the powers and privileges of the Special Tactics and Reconnaissance Branch of the Citadel.
Spectres are not trained, but chosen. Individuals forged in the fire of service and battle. Those whose actions elevate them above the rank and file.
Spectres are an ideal, a symbol, the embodiment of courage, determination, and self-reliance. They are the right hand of the Council, instruments of our will.
Spectres bear a great burden. They are protectors of galactic peace, both our first and last line of defense. The safety of the galaxy is theirs to uphold.
You are the first human Spectre, Commander. This is a great accomplishment for you and your entire species.
Aw, thank you.
I'm honored, Counselor.
We're sending you into the Traverse after Saren. He's a fugitive from justice, so you are authorized to use any means necessary to apprehend or eliminate him.
And where do we start?
Any idea where to find him?
We will forward any relevant files to Ambassador Udina.
This meeting of the Council is adjourned.
And there we go, Spectres.
Congratulations, Commander.
We've got a lot of work to do, Shepard. You're going to need a ship, a crew, supplies.
You'll get access to special equipment and training now. You should go down to the CSEC Academy and speak to the Spectre Requisitions Officer.
Anderson, come with me. I'll need your help to set all this up.
I thought the ambassador would be a little more grateful. He didn't even thank you.
It's fine.
Until I find Saren, I haven't done anything. Come on.
Right behind you, Commander.
And there we are, Spectre bonus, charm, intimidating, talents, diddly diddly dee, all sorts of good stuff. So yeah, what you get immediately for becoming a Spectre is you get a level up. You also get a free point in both charm and intimidate, so my charm has gone up a little bit. In fact, wait, why has that gone up by 2? I feel like I didn't have that store discount before. I feel like my charm's gone up by 2 for a subject. Maybe it goes up by a percentage or something. And indeed, we do indeed have a Spectre training, which is a new thing at the bottom. That one's very, very, very good, because Unity is basically a way of bringing people back from the dead, or rather the unconscious. Because yeah, people do the Skyrim thing where if they run out of health, they just kind of fall down unconscious in battle and then won't get up until the battle's over. But once you've got Spectre training, and particularly Unity, which can be upgraded, you can get them back up on their feet. But the cooldown on it is pretty slow. Yeah, you can only do it like once every 90 seconds, even when it's fully upgraded. So it's quite a difficult thing to do, but it's definitely worth having. So I'm going to start investing towards that like immediately. As for these two, however, I'm going to give, 1 rank of shields. That's just 63 shields. and also we'll get her moving towards... We'll get you a shield boost at least, Tali, and as for Caden, we'll just basically keep... advanced throw, which is a big step up. So right now his throw is, 900 newtons, and that goes up to 1,000 newtons, but now the radius and the recharge time and better. So it's basically just he's in much better shape now, so he's got a much more powerful throw on him, which is excellently good news. Marvellous. And, it's nice to be a spectator. It's a really clever part in the game. It's a really clever part in the game to actually do the Spectre business, in my opinion at least, because, like, you don't just start off as a Spectre, so you don't take it for granted. But when you do actually get it, I know there's another one around here somewhere. Is he around the far end? I know there's one. Is there one down there? Is there one down there? I swear there might be one down there. Yes, there's one. Marvellous. You don't get it straight away, so you don't take it for granted. You get given it relatively early. It kind of marks the end of Act 1, to my mind. This is kind of the end of Act 1 of kind of becoming a Spectre. And it comes with genuine, immediate, obvious benefits. Because it actually comes with the fact that, you get access to Spectre training, which lets you bring people back from the dead, which is a real weakness normally. So it comes with tangible benefit, it feels powerful as well as getting a nice speech. It's a lovely time to do it, it makes it feel like something important. Now I think finally I can actually speak to Kahoku now. Yes indeed, and he wants me to just track down some missing men. Let's just quickly... I didn't need to make a choice then.
Sorry, I don't think
I'm just going to skip over his dialogue as quickly as we can. But tell me about your problems. I may or may not bother to go and find your missing men. This is connected to Cerberus. This is actually connected to Cerberus, interestingly. This is the first Cerberus mission. But it takes a long time to do. You don't actually really get anything that good out of it. Because you feel like between Mass Effect 1 and 2, they completely changed their mind as to what Cerberus was going to be and how prominent they were going to be. Because in Mass Effect 1, Cerberus are pretty much Gareth saying, hope it's okay. Yep, I'll also agree to go and find your brother. I know you're on a break, but I will totally go and find your brother for you. It's totally fine. Diddly dee. Yep, I'll go and help. I'll go and help. Let's just get on with it. I'll do it. Good. Yeah, like in Mass Effect 1, Cerberus are just basically evil, cackling mad scientists who are like full-on Captain Planet level evil villains. Yet in Mass Effect 2, they like to portray themselves a lot more complicated, and they are a lot more complicated. They're nowhere near as evil in Mass Effect 2 as they are in Mass Effect 1. But I feel like maybe, therefore, when the Cerberus were written into Mass Effect 1, they weren't really anticipating it. I do apologise, by the way, I can see some flashing lights coming over from the stream, meaning we might be going into a little bit more of buffering, and I'm seeing a couple of people mention that, so sorry. I'm also seeing a lot of people yell for flipping Garrus and Tali, because I know they are a cute little couple, but unfortunately, I don't really kind of need Garrus because I'm the sniper on this team. I'm already the tech and fighty guy, so I don't need Garrus as well.
In light of the recent attack on Eden Prime, many colonial investors are pulling their support for future projects. Proponents of
this is the alternative to a conversation, by the way. If you've already heard the conversation between the two people that don't have a conversation on hand, then you'll get a radio telling you about the news instead.
Many colonial proposals are on hold until backers have some reassurance that human colonies will be adequately protected.
And down in a second. I think we might bother to go and see the, I might just go and bother to go and see the Asari consort before we're on our way. Technically, I think we are... Actually, I'm not sure we've even been told what we're supposed to do next, are we? Like, what is the game technically saying we're supposed to do? Expose Saren, go and speak to the ambassador. Okay, so we at this point, basically, if we want to, we can go straight to the docking bay out of the back of CSEC straight away. So, I guess, you know what, let's just do that. I don't want to kind of slow things down doing sub-questing in the Citadel. I think we may as well just kind of crack straight on. So, where's the nearest fast travel location? There's a fast travel location. I think actually I've run past 2 probably so far. I've definitely kind of run past a couple of them. So, round here, and there's one in front of the Citadel. The Citadel, I call everything the Citadel. Basically, everything here is the Citadel. No, this isn't the Citadel, this is the embassies. There's one in front of the embassies that I can use to skip down to CSEC. Though I do want to visit the CSEC shop before I go, because the CSEC shop has some kind of unique Ranger, Spectre stuff. Wards, and CSEC. There we go. Yeah, I'm seeing a few more people talking about lag. We'll see how it eases. If it keeps being a persistent problem, maybe we'll call another break. I mean, we've done about 2 hours at this point, so maybe we could have another break in a minute. But let's wrap up this little bit first. Let's at least go and get the Normandy as our own ship and have a chat to the shop first. So, requisition officer. There we are. I'm a Spectre. I'm in fact a Spectre.
How did you know
Sell
all
me the
that?
special Spectre stuff, please.
Will you be purchasing anything today, Commander Shepard?
Come on. He does a big thing about how you're a Spectre, but you're a human, or rather implying that.
Heard about that, but I didn't.
Also,
realize
that's
it
a
was
wall.
you.
That's a
Sorry,
wall
Commander.
right there. And here we are. Is there anything good here? Like, he obviously is selling really, really good stuff, but I can't afford most of it. He might sell a couple of licenses or upgrades. If he sells like a grenade upgrade at the bottom, I'll have that. Ooh, he sells the first real sign that we've seen of Omni Tools. These are like upgrades for your tech powers, or Bartic amps, which are upgrades for your, well, Bartic stuff. Ah, grenade upgrades. So I can carry one more grenade and one thing of that. Is that worth spending a fair bit of money on right now? That is a tech cooldown bonus. You know what? Why not? Let's actually just sell him some stuff to get, and you may as well kind of sell anything. Like, it's really annoying that it's kind of arranged. I don't think there's any way to rearrange it, actually. It's arranged cheapest to most expensive. So you've got a lot of stuff just hanging out here. I would kind of sell some of the stuff I really don't need. Storm 1, Assault Rifle, Anti-Personnel arrows I'll keep. Heatsink 2, I'll keep one of them. Radioactive rounds, and then that Striker 2, Banshee 2. I'll keep... Actually, no, I'm already holding a Reaper 2, so I don't really need that. And then which is these is. That's pretty crappy, but apparently it's valuable. Beautiful. So now, skim down to the bottom again, and it's really hard to... It's quite slow to scroll. You can, whether you're tapping or anything, it's really slow. Right, there we are. 1 Blue Wire Tool 3. Not that good, but I'll take cooldown on my skills quite gladly. So go with your Omni Tool. Again, like everything else, you can upgrade it. There we are. I've now got 4 tech cooldown bonus. Perfect. Now we just need to head back up. In fact, yeah, there's loads of stuff I could do if I wanted to want 100%, but I really don't want 100%. Like, as long as I get the main things right, I'm fine. So I'd say let's head back on our way. Now, you two are going to have a conversation this time, because I'd like you to have a conversation, please. Guys, got anything to say to each other? Anything at all?
I've heard some humans are angry at the Quarians after the attack on Eden Prime. After all, you created the Geth.
The Geth killed billions and forced us from our homeworld. Most Quarians believe we have paid properly for our mistake.
Hopefully having you with us fighting Saren will change people's minds.
There we are. Nice little conversation there. Caden may have been a little bit on the insensitive side, but Tali doesn't seem to have taken offence. And I know the best weapons are Spectre ones, by the way. I saw someone in the chat just mentioning that the best weapons are indeed the Spectre weapons. I know, but they're also very, very expensive, so there's no chance I'm going to get Spectre weapons yet, because there's not actually that many of them. Completely ignore the conversation that's happening up there. Caden wants to say, huh? Hello, Caden. If someone says, huh, that means they want to say something.
You can see half the Citadel from up here.
But you can probably see more than half the Citadel out here, to be honest. Like, look how you can see multiple of the arms, because it kind of curls in on itself. And there's a Keeper up here too. Now that's up to 50 credits and 14 XP. Marvellous. And you two, let's have a nice chat.
I've got big news for you, Shepard. Captain Anderson is stepping down as commanding officer of the Normandy. The ship is yours now.
She's quick and quiet, and you know the crew. Perfect ship for a Spectre. Treat her well, Commander.
Okay, I will. Thanks. Bye.
I'll take good care of her, sir.
I know you will, Commander.
And obviously you can kind of dig into it, and to be honest, there's not really too much into why Anderson's being made to step aside. I mean, like, he's been got out of the way because Shepard's probably a better bet to go and do this, because Anderson can't do it, and people question his motives, so there's nothing too dramatic there. Any word on Saren?
What kind of leads do we have?
Saren's gone. Don't even try to find him. But we know what he's after. The conduit. He's got his Geth scouring the Traverse looking for clues.
We had reports of Geth in the Pharos system shortly before our colony there dropped out of contact, and there have been sightings around Noveria.
Find out what Saren was after on Pharos and Noveria. Maybe you can figure out where the conduit is before he does.
And anything else?
Anything else?
We have one more lead. Matriarch Benezia, the other voice in that recording. She has a daughter, a scientist who specializes in the Protheans. We don't know if she's involved, but it might be a good idea to try and find her. See what she knows. Her name's Liara, Dr. Liara Tassoni. We have reports she was exploring an archaeological dig on one of the uncharted worlds in the Artemis Tau cluster.
And let's start with Liara, why not? She's a good one to start off with, because the others have, like, complicated stuff to them, where ideally you'd be a bit of a higher level, just because you really want high charm to deal with some of the issues there. Whereas Liara is kind of the shortest and the simplest, and getting Liara unlocked, Liara's a real powerhouse, so especially given I don't have any biotic powers at all, having Liara on my team, yeah, is a very, very good idea, I'd say.
Sounds like we should head for the Artemis Tau cluster.
It's your decision, Commander. You're a Spectre now. You don't answer to us.
But your actions still reflect on humanity as a whole. You make a mess and I get stuck cleaning it up.
That's a shame for you, then.
I'll take care of Saren. You take care of the political fallout.
Not exactly the answer I was looking for, Shepard. Remember, you were a human long before you were a Spectre. I have a meeting to get to. Captain Anderson can answer any questions you might have.
And indeed, we can have a quick word with him if we want.
Yes, Commander?
Actually, you know, okay, I'll ask him if he's okay, why not?
How are you holding up?
Honestly, this isn't how I pictured my career coming to an end. Pushing papers really isn't my thing, but you're the one who can stop Saren. I believe in you, Shepard. If that means I have to step aside, so be it.
Alright then, bye!
I should go.
I'll be here if you need anything.
Indeed, I should go. Marvellous. And now we step in the ship, and the ship is ours. Beautiful. And in we go. Like, we could, like, do a little bit more, like, you know, working and money and shopping and dilly-dilly-dee. Just quickly get ourselves. Again, a really good way of hiding a loading screen there.
Anderson survives 100 battles and then gets taken down by backroom politics. Just watch your back, Commander. Things go bad on this mission, you're next on their chopping block.
Oh, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Saren's out there somewhere, and we're gonna find him.
Everyone on this ship's behind you, Commander. 100%. Intercom's open. If you got anything you want to say to the crew, now's the time.
This is Commander Shepard speaking. We have our orders. Find Saren before he finds the conduit. I won't lie to you, crew. This mission isn't going to be easy.
Humanity must do its part. Yeah, humanity must do its part.
For too long, our species has stood apart from the others. Now it's time for us to step up and do our part for the rest of the galaxy. Time to show them what humans are made of. Our enemy knows we're coming. When we go into the Traverse, Saren's followers will be waiting for us. But we'll be ready for them, too. Humanity needs to do this. Not just for our own sake, but for the sake of every other species in Citadel space. Saren must be stopped, and I promise you all, we will stop him.
Well said, Commander. Captain will be proud.
Oh, good little heroic lineup there. With Garrus and Rex. Ashley was in the middle for some reason. I don't know why Caden wasn't there. I'd much rather Caden was there, but never mind.
Fancy speeches won't stop Saren from finding the conduit. If we really want to make the captain proud, we better get this bird in the air.
Yes, ma'am.
And there we are with that kind of, you know, starting off by being made... Oh, I can look outside for an extra little bit of XP and codexiness. I think kind of more of them become unlocked as you go along. I don't think like all of them are available immediately. Like as you kind of go through the ship a few times, sometimes like new stuff you'll be able to look at, which is very, very cool indeed. But yes, what I will say now then in that case is, as I'm seeing a lot of people talking about lag in the stream, we've been going for 2 hours, let's have another little break because I would not mind sitting down and having a cup of tea anyway. So we've made it to the Normandy so we can actually begin the adventure out in the world. That's kind of Act 1 completed there. That is indeed Act 1 kind of completed right there. I'm going to have a quick break now. I'm going to end this particular stream. We will be back in an hour or something and then hopefully the lag should be absolutely okay. Fine. So yeah, we've got, we had like an hour and a half for the first stream and I think this one's been about 2 hours as well. So we are okay for the minute here and we will, I would say, yeah, this is a good time to have a little bit of a pause. We'll kind of go around the ship and we'll get on our way and we'll get after Liara in the next... I just picked up 14 XP and a codex entry. Did I not know what the name of the ship was before? Is that what just happened? Yeah, you know what? We'll do that later. We will actually crack on and do a little bit more in an hour's time. But for the moment, live streaming, because there's much less kind of downtime, which I just edit out, therefore I talk a lot more. It's a lot more tiring. So I'm going to do just a little bit more later, but we'll have a little bit of a break now. But in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, I've been John. Wait, hang on. I've got a thing. Because I've actually had a thing prepared for this. Hang on, wait a second. I'm going to go over here. I'm going to activate the thing. Where's the thing? Wait, no. Wait, hang on. I need to do the thing. Hang on, I know how to do the thing. It's fine. Now we just go to there we go. There we go. That's the thing that I wanted. That's the goodbye thing. So, goodbye for now. Part 3 coming up in an hour or so. But in the meantime, ladies and gentlemen, I've been John. This has been Many a True Nerd, and this has been a little bit more of Mass Effect Live. Oh, and I'll get Claire back in for the next one too. So, yes, I haven't been reading the chat. I just been kind of trying to play at the same time. I'll get Claire back in next time, so we will do that there. But in the meantime, yes, thank you very much, and goodbye.